Welcome to Trash Talk. I'm Lane.
And I'm Chase.
I'm James.
I'm James.
James?
James Derek.
Two James on the podcast.
James and the Giant Peaches.
Technically, you're Derek, though.
Double J Jeff
Can't go
Jarrett.
by James. You can't use Derek and then be like, I'm James.
I had to throw it out there, though.
Yeah.
Anytime I
you
call
guys
James on the
drinking?
phone, he's always like, James? And I say, James. And then we just kind of go back and forth doing that for about a minute.
It's so stupid.
James?
Sometimes we also hold hands and look deeply into each other's eyes, but that's not related.
Whoa.
Yeah. Okay. Well, maybe you could make a James,
It's a golf course thing.
James.
Well, we created a honeymoon the last time.
It's true.
Explain what the honeymoon is, D.
Pretty sure it's when you whip your butt out and pour fresh honey all over it, and a goat licks it off your ass.
Does it have to be? Can it be any kind of goat, or could it be a sheep?
It could be a screaming goat.
It's one of those fainting goats.
It just faints its face right in your butt crack.
It has to lick the honey and go.
Right off the butthole, huh?
Oh yeah.
Look at that ass.
Wait.
Well, thanks for joining us on the podcast, James. You've been a long-time listener, first-time joiner.
Yeah, I'm excited to be here.
We've been wanting to get you on for a while.
Thanks for the invite.
Yeah. No topics to discuss besides the Brewers one.
Brewers won today. It's awesome. 12 out of 14.
12 out of the last 14 games.
Oh,
Yep.
Without
what is
Yelich
that?
for most of those?
Yeah, Yelich got hurt 6 games ago. Tied for
Their pitcher?
No, he's our best player. He's our right fielder.
Star hitter or whatever.
MVP last year of the league.
Best honeymooner.
Of the league.
Of the whole league.
Wow. What league is it?
The
MLB.
National League.
Okay, I didn't know. I do not follow baseball. Could have been minors. I don't know.
Well, could have been, but it wasn't. So, Derek, first topic.
Well, I'll read some off. You tell me what sounds interesting. Just
They
tell me
all
when to
s-
stop.
Okay.
Radioactive news. Alcoholic babies.
Stop.
The one we don't have any notes on because it's Lane's story.
No, you don't need notes for it.
All right, well, if you know the story.
Do you know what white clay is?
I do.
Yeah.
Do you know what White Claw is?
I do.
Yeah.
But there's no laws when they're drinking claws and white.
But there's
clay.
plenty of laws in
In-
white clay.
In white clay, though, there was hardly very many laws. There was, like, liquor laws, and that was essentially it.
Like, go to Sunday school and don't drink on Sunday.
No,
so
it was a town of 8 people that had the
we're-
4 bars.
Remind me, isn't they made it illegal just because
It is
of
illegal now.
What's
they,
illegal?
They shut the bars down. They lost their liquor license in white clay.
Why?
Because
So it's a town of 8 people with
So-
4 bars.
Yes, directly across the state lines or the Indian reservation.
That's what I thought it was.
So it was where all the Native Americans were coming to drink.
Oh, I know
and
what
like
you're talking
passing
about.
out. Nebraska was getting like $3 billion in tax money from this place, essentially, of all the liquor sales. So it's gone, though. They shut it down, and the same group that shut it down is also building a new building for alcoholic babies. Or fetuses born of alcohol syndrome.
Okay.
Fetal, infant,
Where's this going?
Fetal syndrome.
Derek's title is very misleading.
Yeah, I thought
Derek's like holding up like infant legs on a keg stand. That's kind of what I was picturing.
Little Native American babies.
It says it's supposed to, it was a $15,000 purchase.
$150,000 purchase.
That's right. 5.5 acres
So
for October 18th.
So who's the one building this facility for babies with infant fetal alcohol syndrome?
Hold on, let me check my bullet points.
Wait, what do they do for these babies?
Central Oklahoma was the professor. God damn it. There was definitely an
Well,
organization.
God has nothing to do with it.
Lots of Pedialyte.
It's going to be called the Lakota Oak
Hopefully it's the
Center.
purple kind because the rest kind of suck.
Yeah, grape's the best.
Every time I see white clay, I keep reading white claws.
You know what's really sad, though, is White Clay got shut down before White Claw could be introduced.
It's too bad.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
They've been talking about shutting
All
that
right.
place down for a long time.
Not
Oh, yeah,
to
it was
completely change the subject, but did you know the guy that did the White Claw video? Now
He's doing some other beverage.
Yeah. Natty Light signed him to a contract to...
Natter Days.
No, it's the hard seltzer.
Oh, they got a hard seltzer now.
Oh, thank you.
Wow.
Is that one of them?
Yeah. He brought one over.
Nice.
It's only like $1.50 at the gas station.
Well, if you scroll down there, I saw like something about
It says
the Lakota. It's going to be named after the Indian tribe.
yeah, it's this one professor.
Here, sorry, we destroyed your
Oklahoma.
livelihood, so we'll name this after you about your broken alcoholic babies.
the
Yeah,
American
I have
way.
a feeling they probably
It's the
got a lot
American way.
of donors and other people.
They're so
to
brave.
Pay for it.
It's like a different Trail of Tears.
So these babies need alcohol.
No, it's just like
And they're
it's
trying
one-
to wean them off of it.
Kinda. I think they're probably born with a
It's
basic
not,
alcohol
it's
addiction.
not that bad. No, I think they're just like. It's probably also going to be like a daycare and stuff too.
Well, I think that alcohol.
like it's just like the first step in the right. Eventually they're going to have to build a library for all these alcoholic kids.
Jesus.
Where they can drink their alcohol and read.
right. It's a condition in a
Bottles.
child that results from alcohol exposure during the mother's pregnancy. All right. And it causes brain damage and growth problems. So they're deformed babies, basically.
Imagine
so
the
what do they
coloring
do with
books.
them?
Well, they take them to this new place out in White Clay where only 8 other people can see them.
It's perfect because drunk babies are the worst babies.
Here's what they look like.
I think that'd be the best babies.
That's kind of true.
I don't need to see a alcoholic baby.
They just
I
look
kind of
like.
want to.
Honestly, they don't look that weird. It's more like they look like a tiny pint-sized youth version of an extreme alcoholic laying on the sidewalk
Yeah.
looking at you when the sun's first coming up.
Yeah, they look like they want to drink.
Kind
Pretty
of.
bad.
Well,
I mean, that's really sad, actually.
Yeah, it is
That's
sad.
fucked up. That's fucked up.
that's what I'm saying. This is a step in the right direction. You
Sure.
know?
Yeah, I agree.
Somebody compared a child
To Bernie.
with fetal syndrome to Bernie Sanders. No, that's funny. You can laugh at that.
Yeah.
Speaking-
make sure you share that.
He's pretty narcissist, too, so I'm sure he's an alcoholic.
Bernie?
Yes.
For sure.
Dude, anybody that runs for president has to be somewhat narcissistic. I'm sorry.
Trump,
Well, yeah, he's
Maybe.
the extreme case.
bad.
Here, I'm flipping through some photos of White Clay.
I've never been to White Clay, Nebraska.
No one has. Well, there's a Family Dollar, though.
Holy smokes.
Just some sad trash and ads.
Oh,
Whoever the fuck that guy
There's an
is.
alcoholic.
That looked like Lane.
Lane's
That was,
definitely an
one, that was
alcoholic.
one of the bars.
Abe's.
What are they called? Ibs? Is that a picture of a little in
It's an
utero
ad, it's an
fetal
ad.
alcohol syndrome
It's an-
baby?
It's an ad.
That guy's definitely had Busch Light in his life.
So it's like essentially they have a Family Dollar there.
All right.
So,
Well, that's too bad. They
yeah,
can't.
way to choose the worst topic right at the beginning.
Jeez.
Yeah, I was really hoping you wouldn't select that one, honestly.
All right, if you're still listening.
You can't.
Well, if
give
you
us-
would have named it,
All right, we'll give you one more try.
if you would have named it different.
All right.
Horrible name.
Got a case of the Runzas? Omaha trash rules get composted.
Let's talk about Ben Sass because
UFO 182.
Oh,
Oh, that would be case of the Runzas.
okay. Go for that.
Case of the Runzas.
And then go to
Sassy Pants?
Yeah, then go UFO 182 because I'm really interested in that topic as well.
All right, I think Case of the Runzas was another Lane story, but it involves our. Is he a state senator or is he a congressman?
No, he's a U.S. senator.
Okay, Ben Sass again, Mr.
So-
Sassy Pants.
Mr.
I
Sassy
gotta
Pants.
pull up my Instagram.
Do you have
here.
him on Twitter or Instagram
No.
or something?
Yes. So, speaking of getting sold a Runza, Margarita and I,
Signed?
Margarita's my wife. We went to.
I was just carrying a margarita around.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. It's
She
kind of a
should.
running joke. But we were at the Nebraska-Wisconsin game 2 years ago, and no joke, out comes Senator Ben Sass and sells us a Runza sandwich.
Guess
Did he
what? He
sign
ain't
it?
going to be doing no mo.
Did he sign it?
He didn't sign it.
He'll sign him. Did he talk to you about politics or anything?
No, I should have, but I was a chicken.
But you were like, it's not the place for that, right?
No, I actually got heckled a lot because I was wearing Wisconsin stuff, and then they were
Oh.
like, "Your senator doesn't sell sandwiches in their stadium or something like that," and I was like, "He's my senator. I live in Omaha." So
Sounds like
Yes, he does.
Did he say anything about you wearing it?
no, he was really nice, took the picture with us, and then just kind of went on his business.
Slip you a 20 and ask for a vote.
Was he kind of sassy
I
about it?
never voted. I did say that I never voted for him.
To his face.
Yes,
Did you also fart near his face?
I should have stink palmed him.
Yeah, you should
that
have.
would have been good. Take the Runza and throw it back at him.
Fart on the
Speaking of stink palm, I would have definitely got one if I would have ate the Renza sandwich.
That's undeniable. So, did you hear though about he isn't selling Runzas anymore? Oh yeah, there he is.
Beautiful picture. Posted the trash talk.
I I heard he's not selling Runzas because he's afraid to do any type of town hall,
Public
and
hearing.
anything.
Yeah.
Like he just went radio silent.
So what?
For the last 2 years.
Yeah. So what do you think about the lady that yelled at him at the Husker game?
I think it is what it is, right? I mean,
Let me explain it for the listeners.
Okay.
Essentially, a lady was trying to have a meeting with him or do a town hall with him for a while. She's reached out to him before, and she just decided to approach him at the Husker game wearing trade refugees for racist hats.
Okay. That usually bodes well.
Exactly.
It's a good conversation starter.
That's the tone right there. So he saw the hat and he was just like, we're not doing this here, and walked away from her. And then she starts kind of screaming, let's meet about sexual harassment and stuff, or half of your town or city's underwater, state is underwater because of flooding. Let's talk instead of selling Runzas. And he had police escort her out of the stadium,
Of course.
which is fine. I do agree. It's not the place for that.
I agree with
But what
that,
he should
but,
have
like,
done is lady, here's my phone number. Let's have a meeting.
Definitely a
Let me get you in
good
touch
public
with
op opportunity, like-
Exactly. He calms the storm instead of just like, oh, nope, I'm not doing it anymore.
I think it should be noted, though, that he has not held a town hall in years.
Yes.
I
Not only
think
that,
it's
but
like 3 years or something.
I think it's bullshit that the lady who paid for a ticket to watch the Husker game
Got kicked out.
escorted because she brought something up to her elected official.
Well, he probably got
Wow.
triggered and his feelings were hurt, and he had to crawl into a safe space at the Runza mobile.
Look,
Well, it sounds like she got sexual assaulted or something. That's what she wanted to talk about.
See,
so
that's-
her feelings got hurt as well.
sure. And here's the thing: I am getting more and more of the opinion that there is a time and place to talk about politics. Just because I'm a Democrat, I have liberal views, doesn't mean that's my entire being, right? Some of
Yeah.
my best friends voted for Donald Trump. I'm disappointed by it, but it doesn't encompass everything about them. And we get into these like arguments where somebody needs to be louder than the other one, and just because you're the loudest one doesn't mean you're always right. And in a situation like where everybody's trying to watch the game, that does cause a ruckus a little bit.
Mm-hmm. She was trying to capture the moment,
Sure.
She wanted to go viral.
Sure.
She definitely did.
We're talking about it now.
Kind of
But yeah,
embarrassing.
but he could have turned it around on her and made it, his thing or whatever. He's like, let's have a meeting.
Right. I mean, we do have too many chicken shit politicians, to be honest, and it doesn't just stay on the Republican side. I mean, I think I'm sure it's a very difficult job to have to listen to complaints nonstop, but at the end of the day, you ran for office and you knew that this was part of the territory.
I wonder
Yeah,
how long she's been
exactly.
trying to talk to him, and what avenue she's tried taking.
Is that her?
No, that's not her. That's the writer. The article did not say, but
I mean, I can understand somebody getting frustrated to their wits' end. The guy just won't respond to anything. I mean, obviously he hasn't had a town hall in
Well, now that's in Nebraska.
something like
game.
3
That's
years,
stupid.
I you know what? I take that back. That is her.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
She looks like a bitch.
So
She looks like a librarian.
she does.
Did she buy the Runza, though?
I don't think she got a chance to.
No, they got confiscated from the police. It was a weapon of mass destruction.
She ate half of it and they
for
kicked
your
her out.
ass.
And threw the rest at him.
Tastes like a
That's what she should have
fart.
been like. Can I still just get a Runza?
Fine, I'm going to Valentino's. Screw you guys.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I thought he was not running. So what happened with
No,
that?
he got Trump's endorsement.
I saw that. But I thought he was like done and was going to go back to education.
Well, maybe. I mean, Trump gave him an endorsement, but maybe, he still may not be running.
He's not. Is he up for re-election?
I think he's running, though.
Yeah, 2020.
Yeah, actually, I think it says that right at the beginning or something. So, yeah,
Who's running against him?
probably no one.
Derek Schott. I'd vote for you.
I ain't got time for that.
Anybody got time for that? You'd be like,
Oh, it's Eastman.
Kara Eastman's running against Don Bacon.
You're right.
And it's Kara, sorry. Kara. Not Kara. No, it's Kara, not Kara.
So we gotta look forward to another round of those stupid bacon puns,
Yes.
Yes, of course.
commercials.
He is horrible, by the way. He is absolutely everything that I remember from being in the Air Force.
So hardly anyone looks like is running in Nebraska. Oh wait, excuse me. There's a whole other Democratic candidate.
Oh, yeah, you got a decent amount of people. Declared 4 people, then you got another 4 for potential.
All these people, though, are like nobodies.
Larry Marvin's a perennial candidate, it says.
I know. I
voted
think
for
isn't
Sarah.
isn't Chris like the owner of
Cupcake.
Cupcake? Yeah.
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 I've met him.
He's a
Yeah.
businessman.
He's a businessman.
He's local,
Jones?
local Dundee man.
I'm a businessman. I'm a businessman.
Cupcake. Jones Brothers?
No, the one on Dodge, right? Right
No.
there on 50th,
Well,
I think. Or,
yeah.
Oh, okay.
And
yeah,
he's got
yeah.
one in Old
Locations.
Market too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
There's another Jones one out west.
Businessman.
186 or 180th or something.
He's
Oh,
actually a
man.
really
Up
cool
by your
guy.
house.
Plus, he's got like a filthy mouth, which I really appreciate.
Yeah. I actually feel like I could get him on the podcast.
You probably can.
Do it.
You might say the F word a lot.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Fuck yeah.
All right.
Fuck.
Well, fuck. Let's book him.
So, yeah, let's flip Nebraska. Got a whole year yet. We get you registered to vote.
Yeah, I know.
You're not registered.
I know.
Not.
We're getting him educated on the podcast, and then he's going to register to vote. Then all of our listeners are going to go get registered to vote. Because it's really simple. Just stop by the county
Absolutely. And always remember,
office.
if you don't vote, that's a vote for Trump. So get registered and
Yeah.
vote for anyone but Donald Trump,
Yeah.
even if they suck. Even if it's Joe Biden, who we all know isn't the greatest, it's still better than Trump.
Get out, sleepy-eyed Joe.
Tremendous, believe me. I'm here. I'm hearing things.
The orange face?
The orange face. Joe won't get
The Great Orange.
El Duce.
I don't
They-
speak Spanish. What is El Duce?
The orange face?
Yeah,
Cheeto-
what's that?
Cheeto Don.
Isn't that a topic?
The lights.
What lights are these?
Like incandescent light bulbs.
Well, it
They
looks like he spray tans.
They were supposed to be outlawed. You have
Oh.
bullet points?
Yeah.
Read your bullet points.
All right.
I like UFO 182.
Well, we're skipping real fast.
All right. So,
Trump pitches.
Jeez, you dick.
This is a quick
okay.
one.
Well,
We're
first
fucking
off,
skipping, all right?
Sorry.
Sorry. If you heard James say Drumpf, please know that you can download a Chrome extension called the Drumpinator. Drump is Trump's original family name.
I don't have it, as you can see.
Drumph. His I think dad or grandpa changed it for business purposes. Sounded more powerful. So anyways, if you want to see Trump's name as Drumpf on all your web pages in Chrome, download the Drumpinator.
That was like a perfect
Little
commercial.
ad.
Yeah.
If we don't get paid for that, I'm going to be really pissed about all that screen time you just used.
It's actually developed by John Oliver.
I know exactly what you're talking about, so I don't mind. But
All right, so I'll try to pronounce it. No, fuck that. Drump pitches the light bulb policy as a matter of personal vanity. So they're getting rid of all the regulations they were trying to do for more energy efficient light bulbs. So 2 weeks ago, the Trump administration rolled back light bulb energy efficiency standards. The new rule will, quote unquote, increase U.S. electricity use by 80 billion kilowatt hours over the course of a year, which is basically the amount of electricity used in the course of a year in New Jersey and Pennsylvania combined. Well, there's a lot of people, East Coast. At a campaign rally in New Mexico, he defended the policy by emphasizing the importance of his personal vanity. I wanted incandescent light. I want it to look better, okay? I want it to pay less money to look better, okay? I think the light makes me look orange.
he did say that at a campaign rally. He
Yes.
said that.
He continued at another
I thought
campaign
you
rally.
made that up.
No.
I'm not a vain person, and I know I have no vain people, especially these incredible ladies in the front. But I look better under an incandescent light than these crazy lights that are beaming down on us.
Crazy lights.
Crazy lights.
That's
So
our
he's
president.
just mad about the lighting wherever he goes.
8 crazy
Well, I
lights.
just
I mean,
find
first of all,
hilarious.
stage lighting is completely different than like your house lighting.
Sure.
You know,
You would think he would know that. He worked on TV for how long?
Yeah, but that was it's like fake TV.
even that's studio
Worked
light.
on it.
Studio light is different than stage lighting.
Yeah.
It's all completely different. What kind of lights do you have in your house?
I don't know, them lights?
The
Is that
fluorescent
Asian
curly?
brand?
The
Dem?
curly one?
No.
Curly?
The regular
Regular
standard
light bulbs.
Incandescent.
Incandescent.
Yeah, we have LED lights at home.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most of our lights are.
All of your screw-in light bulbs are LEDs.
Most of mine are.
Man, I haven't had to buy light bulbs in so long.
Yeah,
Like,
dude.
Because
But
of
The only ones that burn out at my
no,
house
no.
are the ones I don't
Listen,
have
listen,
as LED.
listen. I have a lot of fluorescent light bulbs
Okay.
because I like the white glow of fluorescent light bulbs. Incandescent light fucking sucks. An LED is not there yet. It's all fucking green. So I don't have any green light bulbs.
What's the
Or
Edison,
LED light bulbs.
Edison bulbs or whatever them are?
Oh, you got
Those
cool
are
stuff.
incandescents. They're like
Them are cool.
Nice
old,
yellow
old
glow.
school. There's the orange,
Oh
warm
shit,
glow.
them are the one.
Yeah, those are the ones you don't
trick.
like.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do they make you look orange though?
No.
If they
Yeah.
change your skin color,
Yes, they
would you buy
like.
different
There's an
ones?
orange glow, red glow to them, on the color spectrum. You know, they are reddish compared to your fluorescents and your LEDs. But I don't know. I'm against incandescents. I want them to be gone. I don't know why you would keep them. It's fucking old Edison technology. You know, we
I think it
can
looks cool.
advance LEDs.
It looks cool,
and
but it burns a
fluorescents.
ton of energy. And
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you have all LEDs and you haven't changed them. And
Yeah, I mean, when we moved in, they were all LED. We've changed the front porch ones. That's it. Otherwise, I mean, now granted, we've only lived in our house for like 7 months, but
because LEDs use microvolts.
Sure.
Like fucking tiny amount of
and,
energy.
and they're like
The last
8-year bulbs
years.
or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, they're expensive. Don't get me wrong, but the front end cost, you get paid back with energy savings, and you don't have to buy bulbs like every year, and it's slick.
So what are you gonna do now, Chase?
I'm gonna go buy some different bulbs. I smoked meth out all my other ones.
Yeah,
Joking.
Oh,
joking,
boy.
joking.
we know you do. I filmed it.
Oh
true.
yeah, you did film that. I was strung out a long time ago.
Changed.
Yeah, that's a joke.
He's a new man.
I know.
That's
I figured.
I just love how you to like specify it's a joke.
Drugs are bad. Not all drugs, but drugs are bad.
Most
It's
drugs
bad,
are bad.
okay.
What drugs are good?
Well, I'm drinking alcohol right now. It's
That's
pretty
a pretty
good.
good drug. I mean, tobacco, alcohol, marijuana.
Coffee.
Hell,
Chocolate.
I mean,
Chocolate.
yeah, any chemical is technically a drug, right?
Adderall.
So what about like when you have endorphins naturally released in your
Gatorade.
body from like jumping out of an
It's
airplane?
natural
Is that a drug?
endorphins. No, those are from your glands. It's naturally produced.
Are we
So
talking
what,
about MDMA?
So what about when you ingest something that is like from a gland? You suck on someone else's adrenochrome. Yeah,
Sounds natural to me.
someone else's adrenaline
Hey,
gland.
baby, let me suck on your adrenal gland.
What have to be dead.
Yeah, you have to cut it
Pull out of her
out.
brain.
Well, things have happened.
I mean, they might be able to be alive. You just have to have their skull cut open.
You just have to understand that when you want natural, you know, you gotta be going a little further than you would expect. Spend a little extra, you know.
Yeah, I want to drink right
You
out of
want
their
quality?
spine.
You gotta kill someone.
Suck the bone marrow out of their spine. Is what I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
We have
Spinal
derailed.
fluid.
Derailed.
I bet Dan has done that
Well,
Parkour.
where do you think I learned it from?
to one of his
Parkour.
victims.
Parkour.
Hardcore parkour.
Parkour Dan.
It's pretty
Killer
hardcore,
Dan.
man.
Have you talked about the story when you guys got robbed at your old house? And
No,
that's-
we have not.
No,
But this would be a
you
fun
were
story to
there
hear
for
from
that.
you.
Yes, I
weren't
was.
you? Wow.
What? I never heard about this.
That's my first introduction to Dan, and it was overwhelming to say the least.
Really? What was happening? Where were we that night?
We went to
I think
Built
we
to
went
Spill.
Built to Spill.
The three of us got back at like 2 a.m, right?
Yeah.
The window was open, and the little window AC.
But the
unit
door was
knocked out of
open.
The,
The
window.
door was open, and we were just like, "Hey, that's weird. Why is Dan left the door open?"
Yeah, we all blamed Dan immediately.
Yeah, but then like we went inside,
He's animalistic.
and then we just like go to bed.
We just
like,
went to bed.
We made food and went to bed or something.
I don't even think we made food. I think we just went to bed.
I think we smoked pot. That was the first and maybe only time I've.
It's probably what Derek and I did.
We've done that a lot.
Enough.
Smoked some pot. I feel like made food. Went to bed.
Was anything stolen?
Yeah,
Yes.
in the
Apparently.
morning we started to slowly realize.
So we
How
went.
did it happen?
We went to go.
What was the first thing
Where's
in the
my
morning?
We went
What was the first thing?
So we were making breakfast, and
What
Derek's
were we
like
making?
biscuits and gravy.
Yeah,
Where's the
Biscuits.
eggs at?
Biscuits and gravy.
So
I got the diabetes from the biscuits and gravy.
there was a situation. So Derek's like, turn on Netflix. And I'm like, well, how do you turn on your Netflix? He's like, oh, you just do it on the Xbox. I'm like, where's your Xbox? And then he's like, where the hell is the Xbox? And then he went, where the fuck is my computer? And then all of a sudden he's like, we were robbed.
You making them eggs? I can't find my pan.
So, long story short, we call the
Stole my
police.
phone charger. I remember.
Dan
Yes.
lost his pants and a pair of shoes or something.
So that's the punchline to the whole fucking story. So, cops come. We're making biscuits and gravy. The house may or may not smell like marijuana at the time,
Indeed.
and the cops like just staring at this biscuits and gravy.
So you're saying damn, it looks good.
That's exactly what it was like.
So what got stolen again?
And Derek's like, "Do you want some?" The cop's like, "Nah." So Dan's in the background just chirping. Derek's like listing all this expensive shit, like Xbox, what was it?
Apple, Mac
Pro, Mac Pro, all this stuff, and then all of a sudden he's like, "Don't forget my parkour shoes."
that are held together with duct tape.
That's awesome.
So fast forward 2 days later, I'm taking a shit and I'm on Facebook, and Derek's status pops up saying, "I don't know who this person is, but I have your computer. They left the Facebook logged in. I called Derek." And they go and like basically rob the computer back from this guy.
Yeah, I called him. I think it was that night, or no, it was like the next night. My brother.
No, it was like a week away or something.
Was it?
It
That was
seemed
pretty
like
quick.
a while.
We met
Couple
the
of
guy out
days.
like right outside this sketchy ass bar in Lincoln. And
Sunday
we were the
night.
only people in there. Yeah, it was my brother and our buddy Austin. They came as backup, and the guy's like kind of holding the computer. I was like, "Yeah, I was thinking we could come to some arrangement." And I was like snatched it out of his hand. I was like, "Yeah, sure, call me back about it."
What'd he say?
He was like, "Yeah." He tried to make some small chat. We're like, "Great," and left. And then like 3 days later, he's like, "Yeah, so I was thinking like $500 would be fair." He started telling me all this shit though. Like, so okay, when we were in the bar, I was starting to get information out of him, like, "How did you come across this?" Blah blah. And he kind of alludes to the fact that, well, I got it from my cocaine drug dealer who said he got it from this girl, and then I started asking him more questions. He was like, "Wait, I don't remember how he got it. Actually, I don't even do drugs, you know." And started like backtracking. So we got out of there, and then yeah, he
was
set me up
baking
like a
powder.
few days later, and he's like, "Yeah, $500 sounds fair," and I was like, "Yeah, sure it does."
So you just showed up and took the computer back, and you didn't give him any money?
No.
Well, of course.
Why would
but
you? It's his computer.
I know, but wouldn't he be like, "Hey, where's my money first?"
Well,
what are you
like
gonna do,
I said,
like-
he was like waving it around. I just snatched it out of his hand.
It's stolen property. It's a
Yeah,
felony.
exactly.
Like,
I don't think he expected me to show up with a couple dudes too. His face was kind of like, "Oh."
So he messaged you.
He literally had me
why
come
would
to
you
this bar. We were the only people in there.
He drove all the way to Lincoln, right?
Yeah, right outside. It probably is considered
Waverly or something.
Yeah, so, I don't know. It's like right outside of Lincoln.
I think
Right before you hit the offshoot to go to the main drag, you know. There.
sounds like the worst country song.
right outside of Waverly. Hey, can I get a beer?
I got
Right
punched in the face.
outside.
Beer is
I'll
that.
take an
Face of
easy
people's
sport.
business.
Okay.
I remember that when I woke up, yeah, we were trying to play music, and I was like, "Oh, the Xbox is gone." Dan must have taken it or whatever. And then Dan finally woke up because you were making breakfast, I feel like. And then
That's for Lane, I think.
no, I want an easy sport, please.
What'd you want?
What's an easy sport?
I didn't. I wanted my
Easy
computer
sport.
back.
It's
and I got it back.
Recreational.
Oh,
You
nice.
can have. You
What?
want one?
I said I wanted my computer back, and
I'm
I
gonna
got it back.
You need your thing.
No, I gotta take a leak.
That's fine. Escape out. That is a Tangelo,
Damn it,
and I
sorry.
do not want that.
I always get the easy sports and
The hell's
oranges.
a
and stuff.
Tandro?
Tangelo.
Tangelo.
It's a mango
Sounds like an
tangerine.
R&B singer.
They're pretty terrible. But anyway, I just remember we kept blaming Dan, being like, "Oh yeah, Dan left the door open. Dan took his Xbox." And then finally you realized your computer was gone, and it was like, "Oh shit, we did get robbed."
There was other shit missing too.
but
DVDs.
yeah, I remember I was like, "Where's my fucking cell phone charger?"
Oh, you remember the crazy
They
part
took
about
my
that?
cell phone charger, and then no, listen. When the cops were there, you guys were filling out the police report. I was trying to go to work. They stole my work shirts.
Oh, that was your shirt. I thought it
Yeah,
was
because
Dan's.
they were right by the door.
Yeah, they literally walked into our back door, went through the kitchen and into the living room, and just kind of grabbed whatever was an arm's
Someone
reach and
cased
walked
our
back
spot.
out. Like, it just stole
someone
dumb
cased
stuff.
it. Someone cased it, dude. We had a party the night or the weekend.
I think it was an
before.
ex-girlfriend of mine, honestly.
She probably told someone.
She's
Was that the Sweet Dreams party?
Sweet Dreams Party.
Sweet dreams and material things. Or is it
I forgot
candy
about
cane something?
Candy cane.
Candy stripers.
Not candy stripers. Sweet dreams and material things. I think was what it was.
Yeah.
It was one of Derek's ex-girlfriends yelled at him.
I'll try one of your things.
It sounds like a country
Are
song.
they good?
Get a.
What is it, a seltzer?
Here, try one first.
Is it a seltzer?
Easy sport.
No, it's
Easy
clean,
sport.
balanced, and it's refreshing.
Oh, it's made by Boulevard. Who owns Duval?
Oh, really?
Yeah, they own Omaha Brewery and Duval, and pretty good deal.
I've never heard of Duval before.
Oh, that's tangy.
I thought it said devil the whole time.
It's easy sport. Easy. Yeah, get him an easy sport then.
Take it easy. You're on 3rd Street.
I'm sorry, officer. I didn't know I couldn't do that.
But anyway, your ex-girlfriend that choked you.
Yeah, what was her name? She was crazy as shit.
We don't need to even mention the name, I feel
I know
like.
her.
Yeah.
Betsy? No.
DeVos.
I think her name was Eskimo.
Betsy DeVos?
Betsy
Yeah,
DeVos.
No wonder
She's a
why she
king.
hates public education.
Cruella DeVille.
She choked you and said, "Enjoy your sweet things and material dreams."
And then he broke up with her, and
The
she
candy
stole all
cane
his shit
striper.
and sold it to some crack dealer.
Yeah. But we had a party like the next weekend then named that.
That's right. Yep.
I wonder why
Yeah.
she stole your shirts, just because she probably
'Cause
liked
I think they
you.
were just right by the
That was
door.
where the cereal wars got started.
I remember
It was probably
Yeah.
anything that wasn't attached to a wall. They just grabbed and just.
it was right by the door. And I feel like
Yeah,
they
they walked in, his arm
they
reached right
wiped
and
the
shit.
doorknobs off as they left.
Even though they
good
left
stuff.
handprints in all the windows.
Yeah, but they still never caught him. That's the stupid thing about it.
They
Like,
don't check that
like,
shit.
okay, so
honestly.
if
they're
I-
not gonna.
I'm not a criminal, but if I was, I would just rob people's houses. Unless they have a fucking Ring doorbell, you're never gonna get caught. Probably,
You might get caught.
dude. My car's been
Dogs.
broken into like 3 or 4 times. No one.
They're not gonna do anything.
Yeah,
with
cars are
fingerprints.
pretty accessible, you know. See a car sitting in the same spot underneath no light every day.
Sure.
I'm breaking into that fucking car. Just waiting until they got something nice looking
Speaking
in there,
of
you know.
kleptos, remember Austin used to be really bad at that,
Really?
dude.
Breaking into cars?
Dude, so one
Breaking
time,
into cars?
so we were down in Old Mart. This has gone off a huge tangent.
We don't need to call him out by name.
Listen.
I can
He
beat
put it.
that out.
I will say this: he did put it back because I called him on it because I was like, "Dude, you can't steal that." He was just like trying to open cars, and one opened, and then he took a blanket out of this car, and I was like, "Dude, put that back." And he put it back, and he was just like, "I don't know what I'm doing." Like he just kind of blacked out for a second.
That's weird.
Then he found God.
We used to walk around, opening some car doors for sure. Stole a carton of cigarettes one
You guys-
time. But we knew whose truck it was we broke into.
Yeah,
We didn't break into it. It was unlocked. It was
You talking to
Skylar.
me?
No, I'm just talking out loud. I'm not
All
talking.
right.
I'm not saying anything. There was this kid though
I
in
was like,
high
I don't remember doing that.
There was this kid in high
snitches
school
get
though
stitches, bro.
that got sent away for a little while because he was breaking into so many cars. He was actually on my baseball team, and
Was
when
it
he,
any good?
This
No.
Easy
But
Sport
when he-
might be my new favorite beer, dude. It is really good.
nice,
by
there you
the
go.
way.
I forgot where I got it. But,
Hy-Vee, probably.
No,
Easy
it was
there,
so weird.
sport.
I was actually out at Franz. It's
Fuck
like
is
right by
Franz?
Two Rivers.
I'm still confused on where
He's
he's.
not
It's
from Omaha. or
265th and Center.
Why the hell would you be out there? I don't even go that far
Two
west.
Rivers, man. I was out
It's
camping.
like the,
Oh, okay.
the what's the river?
Two
Elkhorn?
Rivers. It's the
What?
Platte and the Elkhorn.
Yeah,
They
they all
meet-
come
they meet-
together. Two rivers.
It's a really cool campground. Got
We went out there
flooded.
with Jeff, right?
No, I was out there with the fam.
No, you and I went out there with Jeff before.
By the way,
Naked
Jeff-
Probably.
Jeff is one of the most entertaining people I've ever met in my life.
Yeah.
He really is.
He's grilling this weekend
It's
smoking.
It's my
for the Husker game.
wife's birthday this weekend.
Oh.
Go to Jeff's.
Big plans.
Big plans.
What day's her birthday?
We're going to Jeff's.
Sunday.
Fuck.
Go to
I was
Jeff's.
gonna invite you to the
See ya,
Chiefs
honey.
game. I have a ticket I can't sell.
Yeah, can't do that. And our anniversary's the day after.
Hey, who
so-
are the Chiefs playing, by the way?
The Ravens.
The Ravens? That'll be a great.
Yeah,
football
dude,
game.
it's gonna be a baller game. It's Jackson versus Mahomes 2.
Plus, like as a Louisville fan, you probably want to see Lamar do pretty well.
I want to see the Chiefs win. He's not playing for Louisville anymore, but it wouldn't hurt my feelings. I mean, yeah, I root for Lamar for sure.
How about Jair Alexander? The
Oh
old
yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Inside joke.
Is there any games on tonight?
Yes, there is.
Thursday Night Football.
Yep, Titans in Jacksonville.
Ramsey's sounding
sounds
like he's
pretty
going to the
terrible.
Chiefs.
That's what I heard as well. But, I mean, you'd have to sell your farm. But
Wait
again,
wait a second. Did the Chiefs lose?
no.
No, they're
No.
undefeated.
They're
They have
2-0.
Mahomes.
So is Green Bay.
I'm sorry. I was thinking of the Denver Broncos.
Yeah, they suck.
They should have won
Was that
game.
not a fucking great game?
By the way, like, Maxwell's at my house. It's my birthday on last
Oh.
Sunday. And he is like, I deleted it because they won. But he was like basically almost starting to cry at the end of that game because of the penalties that were going on. So like
it was insane.
they went down, scored a touchdown. They foul started. They had to move back to kick the extra point, and then the dude went off sides. And then they moved, and they got the 2-point conversion at the last second. And Maxwell like literally laid down, and Amy's like, "Are you okay?" And I was like laughing so hard. I was like, "You pouty little bitch."
When you think you're gonna lose it right there at the end, you know,
Dude, I mean, yeah, exactly.
and then
I mean,
you
get
win.
as a fan, like, we literally do nothing. We scream at the TV. We get all this angst out of us. There's a stress for 3 hours, and then they, like, let you down. It is the worst feeling of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nebraska.
especially because like
Well, that Nebraska-Colorado game, Jesus.
Oh, yeah, I hated
Yeah.
that.
How do you lose that game?
it happened, man.
Because they were winning and they always fucking give up. Oh, we got it beat. We're fine.
yeah,
And bam.
I thought Frost would have some better halftime speeches for them in the locker room.
He probably just
Unreal.
handed out popsicles or something.
Yeah.
Good job, guys. We've got this in
Eat
the
your
bag.
orange slice.
Who wants some chocolate milk?
Here's
Eat a corn cob. Get back out there.
Shit,
some,
they're in Colorado. They're probably high as a kite.
Oh shit, you're right.
Wait, this is the second half?
here's your fruit snacks, boys.
Can I have two?
They play Illinois this week.
No.
It'll be a fairly good game. It's a night game again.
They're favored by 14.5 points on the road. That's pretty good.
We weren't even favored that much by Northern Illinois.
What about Ohio? How's that going to go?
Ohio State.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
LSU.
don't think. Look, I'm a Badger fan. I don't think anybody's going to touch Ohio State this year in the Big Ten.
Man, I feel like they're ripe for the pickings. Fuck Urban Meyer.
He's not even
gone.
there anymore. He's gone.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
What school do you think he's going to be at in 2 years?
USC, I'm guessing.
That's a good guess.
It seems like
They have
every
all the
time-
money in the world.
Why wouldn't
That or
he?
Texas.
Why wouldn't he?
Nebraska.
When do you think they're going to
What
come
about-
out with
what if-
OSU sanctions? Like, well, Urban
Doesn't
Meyer was
matter.
here,
It's
all
just
this shit
like
was happening.
well, it's just like
Just like
Louisville.
what happened the last two places he
Dude,
went.
Rick Pitino will be coaching in the next 5 years.
You think so? Oh, he's pretty old.
Dude, it's
What
a
if-
brand.
What if Saban retires? And
By the way,
Meyer
he's
goes
65.
there?
He's 66 years old. He looks like he's 50. I look as
Urban?
old as like Nick Saban.
Oh, yeah, he looks pretty good for his age.
Yeah, he should retire. He's fucking on top
They're
of
saying
the
he
world.
would maybe go to the NFL.
No,
I don't know if he would do that, but they were talking about.
He's
sports
already,
talk
like you
the
said,
other
too
day.
old.
he's got a
like-
great
he's-
stipulation in his contract
just-
that like anybody gets paid more than he does, he gets a automatic $500,000 bump.
Wow.
He's the most paid in the state.
Dude, not only that, that dude could run for governor in Alabama and win.
Oh yeah, for sure. Probably should.
All right,
I'd vote for him.
damn liberals with your
So
illegal
what-
votes.
What is your prediction? Because you're here now, I gotta ask you for the Wisconsin-Nebraska game.
Scored.
Great question.
It's in Nebraska.
It's in
right?
Nebraska. It's a night game.
And what's
probably.
happening in the last 2 minutes?
And it's towards the end of the season.
It's October.
4 weeks
No, it's
away?
October 16th. I think maybe.
No, there's the 12th,
I think I'm in New York
12th
City.
or 19th.
Well, let me look it up since I have this Google machine on me.
Yeah, I'm glad someone else can look up things because I get tired of googling stuff.
I'm going to guess they're going to go
It's
in
November
overtime.
16th.
Oh shit, it's late.
Because it's cold, I think that bodes well for Wisconsin. You guys have a passing offense. If I were a betting man, which I usually
Fucking
am,
defense, man.
I think we should beat you. I mean, unfortunately, I hate to say it, I think you guys are 1 year away from being really good. Your quarterback's a sophomore. He's a really talented football player. The defense is pretty good. But at the end of the day, like Jonathan Taylor, unless he gets hurt, is easily the best.
Unstoppable.
He's the best college football player outside of any quarterback.
I haven't
right?
watched any Wisconsin games
We-
this year, but
we
last
have-
year, yeah.
We've outscored our opponents
He's-
110 points, and we've given up 0.
He had like 250 yards every game,
Pretty
hands
much.
down.
Well, he hasn't this year, but he has 8 touchdowns. He still leads the nation, and we didn't play last week. He's insane. It is.
Really?
I mean, Melvin Gordon obviously was a ridiculous talent, but Jonathan Taylor's better.
Yeah. See, I don't think we will beat Wisconsin,
I don't think so.
but I think we can beat Ohio State.
well, here's the thing. I think you could beat Wisconsin. It's at night, I believe.
Not with your defense.
It's at night. The thing about night games is the crowd gets rowdier. The thing I will always say about
to drink.
Yeah.
like at Memorial Stadium, it's the same thing like going up to Lambeau. Everybody complains if you're standing up and cheering. Everybody sits on their hands. It's a boring atmosphere. But at night, for whatever reason, everybody's drunk as hell, and they get rowdy, and it's loud in Memorial Stadium at night. And it's a really good environment. I'll be honest. The last time we played, Hornibrook threw this interception to tie the game 17-17, and I looked at Marguerite and I was like, "This game's going to get really good." And then we just never passed the ball the rest of the game. We just ran it like 40 straight times, and it just wore out your defense. And that's really what was the
you
difference.
can't stop him,
Right. So, I mean,
Taylor.
I think you guys should win 8 games. I think you could beat Ohio State. I think you could beat Wisconsin.
I'm more expecting Ohio State than
Yeah,
Wisconsin.
but I think
Wisconsin's just that you guys' fucking line is just fucking solid.
They're
Offensive.
Both of them, really.
Yeah, both of them.
Just that's what I want Nebraska to be.
and they'll get there.
Wisconsin, You
They'll
know?
get there. You have to understand Scott Frost's second year. I mean, he's literally got 2 classes of recruits.
It's his team though now, and they're all
Yeah.
just young. They're all just young. The team is young.
Sure. Great running back if he stays because
Doesn't
of legal
get a
issues,
felony. Yeah.
which is kind of BS too, by the way, but
We
whatever.
talked about that the other week.
We should talk about it every week because it's a hot topic. I honestly
But he's still
don't
playing.
think he should be playing. I think he should be penalized somehow. If he gets a fucking felony, he should not be playing.
Well,
Oh, yeah,
absolutely,
felony
yeah.
for
I mean,
sure.
if he's felony, he shouldn't play football ever
Are
again.
they going to take away
He's-
our wins? What were you
No.
saying?
No, they
They
wouldn't
can't
vacate your
say
win.
Who said that?
You got to have like an institutional
can
problem
say
going on for
that.
that.
No, someone said that last week.
On the podcast?
Yeah.
No, we had Dan on last week. He wouldn't talk about sports.
I don't remember.
Well, I mean, listen,
But
they
Taylor
did
probably-
they did that at Penn State. They took away Joe Pa's wins and all that stuff, and then they reinstated it because I mean,
not the
it was
That's a little different.
it was
Not
a
the team's
17-year-old kid who sent
That's
a
the-
video to his
the
girlfriend.
coach, not a player.
Well, right, but I'm saying Washington sent this video to this girl. He was a kid, and granted, it doesn't excuse the behavior. You should never do that. First off, and secondly, you should never film sexual acts while you're underage because it's a felony. But people, I mean, I'm human, right? I mean, I can't tell you how many times I've made mistakes. You just can't. You can't do it, and if he obviously gets charged, then that's a different story. Then he should definitely be off the team. But I mean, what do I know? I'm just a guy.
Well, maybe it'll get dropped. I don't know.
They have so much talent on that team anyway. I don't think Washington really makes that big of a difference. And going back to the Wisconsin-Nebraska game, I think it'll be close. I think it'll be closer than what most people think. And I just think it's just because it's a rivalry game and it's at night. So, but I think we should win. But I'm a Badger fan. This is a cool story. Tom DeLonge.
What is this?
Did you hear about this? So
I
like,
have not heard this yet.
so
Change the
he
subject. Segue us
yeah,
into it.
great. Okay, yeah. Speaking of out of this world,
Are you watching the video?
so the video comes down, and he releases this video
Oh,
of
wait.
UFOs.
I haven't
Yeah,
seen the
there you go.
video.
Put the video on the big screen.
Yeah, let me
Is it
see
supposed
this.
to be right here?
I don't know what's supposed to be on there.
Am I on the wrong link? I might be on the wrong link.
No,
So
you're on
again, I'm paraphrasing from what I've seen and read, but he released a video, and it was full on UFOs. Obviously, I don't know if they were alien UFOs or if they were just
There was 3 videos released by the
and they were classified.
Navy
Yeah,
recently.
they were. Well,
Oh no, Tom DeLonge.
Tom DeLonge.
I think they've all been published in years past, but he put them back out there. A lot of people saw it, had more public exposure because Tom DeLonge, if you don't know, is from Blink 182, the band, and he runs his own little like UFO watchdog group, and they posted these videos and got a lot of attention again. And then the Navy came out and said, like, yeah, these are authentic videos that we cannot explain with the aerial phenomena that is shown.
No, these
And
are
it has
new
a dialogue
videos.
with pilots and stuff.
These are new videos, I thought. And they were not supposed to be released to the public.
If you read through the story,
Okay,
some
I
of them
didn't
were
read- I
released a
didn't-
few years ago.
Yeah.
You know, or
Not to the public, though.
I don't know
to,
how
like,
to read. I just see pictures and just assume.
They were, like, out there. They were kind of disclosed, but not online.
I've seen every one of these videos. They've been out there for a long time. Like it's available to the public, but this was the first time they've gotten a lot of attention.
Where were these videos filmed? Do they tell you where that is?
Yeah. They'll tell you the general. I think a couple of them. I think were off the coast of California. Here, I actually got a mark down here.
So it's close to Vandenberg. And if you know anything about Vandenberg Air Force Base, that's where they do all the space.
So what am I looking at right now?
It looks like you're
that's
just
the
looking at-
aircraft's onboard camera recording a
They were
UFO.
following things, weren't they? They were following.
They were
them.
doing training exercises, and they came across these. And ironically, 2 of the out of the 3 videos were filmed by specifically FA-18 Super Hornets.
fastest jet.
No, not even close.
I don't know what's a Super Hornet then.
The Super Hornet's just their Navy and the Marine Corps fighter pilots.
Yeah, I mean
That's
they're
what they fly.
a fighter jet.
Now they all fly F-35s, I believe.
So a Navy spokesperson named Joseph Gradisher, he
standard
confirmed that the Navy considers the phenomena contained and depicted in these 3 videos as unidentified. So they acknowledge that, yeah, these are UFOs.
So if these are years ago, this is probably just somebody that had drone
These, I think,
technology
the oldest-
before like anybody else knew what the hell
here,
drones
I
were.
have some transcript from the pilots.
Yeah.
These don't look like drones.
But they,
man.
the Navy comes out and says they're not drones. We don't know what they are, but we confirm that they're unidentified.
Weather balloons, dude.
Well, here I'll read some of the
I'm
transcript
just
for
messing
you.
around.
So because somebody says that specifically, so without playing the video audio, the 2 guys are talking. They're both in the cockpit together. It's a fucking drone, bro. One says, of course, the pilot, bro. Then somebody else says, there's a whole fleet of them. And then you hear somebody else say, my gosh. And then somebody else says, they're all going against the wind. The wind's 120 knots out of the west. Probably not drones going into a headwind of 120 knots.
Sure. So, and especially that wind speed, so they're probably at 500 millibars, which is around 15,000 to 20,000 feet.
Yeah, it's
drones
high
don't
up
get,
as
yeah,
fuck.
drones don't get that high.
So they're following it right here?
They're trying to follow it. It looks like.
Look at that thing, dude. I'm just reading.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that's their commentary. Trying to follow it.
Dude,
and
it's
then
Mary
probably taking
Poppins, man.
Huh?
It looks like a witch.
It really does look like Mary Poppins just hanging out.
Something.
So the same
Look at that thing.
Gardisher,
And
he
it-
confirmed
well,
that
that's
the
the
Navy
thing, it
considers the
stops.
phenomena, and interpret this word how you want, considers the phenomena contained or depicted in these 3 videos as unidentified.
Hey, by the way, tomorrow is when they're supposed to storm Area 51.
That's the next part of
Yeah.
the story.
Yeah. Yeah.
I keep skipping ahead.
That's not going to happen.
I hope it does, just
Dude,
for
if it
shits.
happens, people are getting blown away.
Sure.
Someone's gonna show up for it.
You know who's going
Yeah.
to shoot him, too? Kevin
Oh, look
Miller.
at this one though. Look at that one going super fast.
That's a drone, bro.
Whoa, got it. Ha 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 ha. Whoa.
That's a speedboat.
What the fuck is that thing?
It's a speedboat at 20,000
Did
feet.
you box movie track it?
They're fishing, too.
Oh, okay.
They're fishing.
Oh my gosh, dude.
I think we're going to need a bigger boat.
Yo, great.
Yo.
I think I need a bigger drink.
What do you want?
I'm gonna try one of these easy sports. With this
So what did Tom DeLonge have to
there's
do
no
with
more.
that?
There's no more.
Okay, so Tom DeLonge,
He's
since
obsessed with
Blink-182,
UFOs.
He
Yeah.
is, but he's also a fucking manic depression.
He's a what?
He's got bipolar.
Well,
I've never read about that, but it doesn't matter. He started this whole thing called
He has his
Oh.
own media company.
yeah. I thought I had the name on here.
Fucking dude is delusional.
No, what he runs for this UFO
He's been
watchdog
famous for
group,
like 30 years. I
they've-
mean,
he actually has former NASA
30,
scientists
20.
and military and government officials that work with this collective that he started. So it's not just like a bunch of crazy UFO people.
I listened to him on Joe Rogan.
by the way,
He looked crazy.
the best Joe Rogan was Bernie Sanders. That was awesome.
That recent one?
Yeah.
That was really good. It was only an hour long, too.
Yeah.
Short and to the point.
Exactly. That's the one thing about Joe Rogan I can't. really get into. It's like 3 hours long.
All right.
Some of them are
So
good.
Tom DeLonge's little UFO venture is called
You support it, don't you?
To the Stars Academy.
You
Do you
donate
believe in
money to it?
UFOs? Do you believe in UFOs?
Absolutely.
The truth is out there.
Well, listen, I think there's obviously probably life. That just didn't sound definitive at all. But I do believe there's life beyond the Earth. But I think it's probably insane to kind of think that.
Interdimensional, or
let me
on the-
I don't
read
know if
some
they're
of the people.
interdimensional. I mean, do you really think that there's intelligent life that gets to Earth now?
The universe is so many billions of years old, something like 14 or 15 billion years old. It didn't take us that long once we evolved as a species to get to where we're at now. A couple 100,000 years.
Not even.
Not even. Some people think that stuff's happened in our past that set us back a lot.
Can you talk in the mic?
But I think very easily in the cosmic timeline, you can have advanced civilizations that figure out some crazy shit.
Oh, shit.
But check this out. Okay,
I
so some
see
of the
it. I
people
see
that
it.
work with Tom DeLonge on this is
it called
a guy
Naruto?
named Jim Simovin. He worked for the CIA for 25 years. Steve Justice. He was 39 years with
Do you think
Lockheed
these people
Martin.
are going after money? Like they're just money grabs?
No, they're gonna die.
No, I mean not the Area 51. I'm talking.
Oh.
I'm talking the former CIA
Oh, this
people.
isn't working with Tom DeLonge?
Yeah.
No,
No, they're just trying to get it out there.
yeah. I don't think they make money on this actually.
Dude.
These people are so fucking stupid and nerdy.
Okay, first of all, you guys are all talking
We're-
about different things.
We're nerdy, by the way, for doing what we're doing right now. So
Well,
I can't
we're
hit.
kind of making fun of them.
Yeah, that's true.
So what is?
They're
what's
still
tomorrow
talking
called?
about the CIA thing.
No
when
one.
Chase is
Oh.
on the Naruto
Chase, do
run
you believe in
already.
Chase, do you believe?
I-
Do you believe that UFOs
I
come?
don't know. I think I have to see one to believe it. You see all
So
You
these.
don't
believe
think
in
it could be
God?
out there,
You see all
though?
these videos.
I believe in God.
I believe there's.
I believe in gold.
I believe there's
What
something
about
else
what about
out
like
there. But
the odds
I want to.
that there
believe.
has to be an alien civilization?
where they're way smarter than us if they're getting here.
What if they're
Sure.
not though? What if they're like still at caveman era, but there's like
How they getting here then?
They're not.
flying off in their
well,
super
those are
fast
other
fucking
ones.
UFO.
But there's I'm just trying to get you to acknowledge there's life out there, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
I would.
Like even if it's just one cell.
panspermia,
life.
man.
Right, it's
Yeah.
like Pascal's theory, right? Where if you don't believe in God, you wasted 70 years of your life, and then when you die, you go to hell.
No, that should be-
Otherwise, if you believe in God for 70 years, you only wasted 70 years of your life instead of eternity. That's Pascal's theory. It's the same thing with the universe. The universe is so expanse that you have to believe that there's life elsewhere.
Yeah.
It's just so huge.
I mean, the odds that it's not is astronomical.
Have
There's
you been
other
anally
Earths out there.
probed?
Astronomical.
Speaking of anals, do you think
Anal
aliens have buttholes?
Maybe.
They do.
Is butthole the word of the day?
Yeah.
It only took two.
And ding
Pick
it
up
because
on
he
it.
said it. You still have to
Damn
ding
it.
it when he says it.
Shit. My bad.
Don't be a butthole. All right, so one reason we bring up the alien stuff though is
out.
I believe
Check
tomorrow
that
is
sweet
the
little
Area
butthole,
51
girl.
alien stock, the Naruto run. So they're over here pulling up a bunch of memes right now that are coming out before the big Naruto alien stock run on Area 51.
Is this where they're gonna storm right here?
Yeah, that's their
There's supposed to be a
plan.
battle
First,
plan.
okay, so first off, unless there really is like a million people, they're not even going to get close.
I think the last I heard was something like between 100 and 200,000 people
And they're going to live stream
joined
it.
the Facebook page.
And they're going to live stream it.
They're not gonna live stream.
The
We'll see if
people
anybody
that
shows
started
up.
it, didn't they get arrested?
No, I don't think you get arrested for it. The guy that even started it
They'll
said
get
this was a
arrested.
joke, and it took on its life of its own. But I'm sure people will show up, whether or not anybody tries to actually storm the gates Naruto Run style. And if you don't know what Naruto Run style, go watch a Japanese
sorry.
anime. You basically run as fast as you can, leaning forward, and you keep your arms back straight behind you.
That's like the worst. way
Kind
to
of like
run.
Tina Belcher though too.
Tina
Like
Belcher.
Tina Belcher.
Exactly.
You're just gonna fall and roll over, or
So-
take a bullet in the head.
So to segue to something about starting off as a joke and ended up being amazing. Did you guys see that?
White Claws.
No, well, that's great too. But did you guys see that? Nice. Did you guys see
That's
that?
Area 51.
That story about that game day story with the guy that held up the sign that said "Running out of Bush Light, send me money," and
What a
then
game day sign.
it was at Iowa
College.
State, college
Oh.
football deal, and he held up the sign, and they sent him $67,000, $67,000, And
what did he hold up?
basically a sign that said
Like a PayPal account or something?
a Venmo account.
Oh.
And it got wind that he was like, I'm just going to buy a case of Busch Light and then donate the rest of it to the University of Iowa Children's Hospital. And now Busch Light and Venmo, like all these people are piggybacking, and they're going to raise like $200,000 for this
Wow.
hospital.
Oh, wow.
So speaking of jokes that end up being bigger than what you can, this podcast could end up bigger.
I've thought about that. If we go to a Husker game, I want to make a sign that says Trash Talk Omaha.
Send money.
Something.
We'll
Yeah.
donate it.
Send money. We'll go to the strip club.
Send money for buttholes.
Speaking of
Oh,
Tuesday
man, I
night
like
strip
that.
club journeys, didn't you guys go to one
On a Tuesday?
with AD?
You talking about when I took him out there for his 18th birthday?
Maybe it wasn't you guys. Maybe it was Ryan and somebody else. Never mind.
Recently?
No, this is a while ago.
We can edit that
With the
out.
twins?
We should edit most of what I've said out.
None of it, man. It all goes in. Don't worry about it.
That's what she said.
Wait, can I have a
AD
White Claw?
stands for awesome dude, so we don't
Easy,
even know
sport,
who we're talking
easy.
about.
So,
Next topic.
Next topic.
Next topic, please.
All right.
Your
There you
choice.
Say it
dealer's
ain't
choice.
Trudeau.
Oh, thank you. That's my favorite one.
Edit out that White Claw shit.
Trudeau with a black face? Is that what you're saying?
Hey, can I
Yeah.
get a White Claw?
Hey, can I have a White Claw, please? Oh my God, tastes like Grandma.
Tastes like grandma candy.
Sounded like
I
our
told
friend
you it was
from
brown
college.
face. Oh, is that the picture?
That's one of them.
Is that Sarah Silverman in the front?
Is that Arabian Nights or what?
I think so. I think you're exactly right. It was Arabian Nights themed college night. He was like a professor or something. He was 29 years old in the
Here's
picture.
Professor.
Here's the deal. If you
one?
dress up like Aladdin, first off, that dude was white-skinned in the movie. He's dark as night.
Dude,
in
look at
that.
his hands. He's got his hands done. He's got his face completely done. I bet he got his feet and ankles done too.
Yeah, but
He's in trouble.
I
Wasn't
was
this
more
like
worried
in
about his dick.
2001?
His dick got
Yeah,
shot.
something like that. Early
Jesus,
2000s.
here we
No,
go.
not 2001. It can't be.
Them chicks ain't bad looking.
2001, spring of 2001.
All right, so this happened where.
Fuck.
Oh, and if you don't know, Justin Trudeau is Canada's prime minister, and he's actually running for re-election.
Did you know that, Chase?
No.
You didn't?
Who'd you think this guy was?
I had no idea. I wasn't even listening to you guys. I'm sorry.
He was thinking about buttholes.
You didn't vote for him.
Speaking of buttholes, Trudeau kind of looks like something that falls out of a butthole. In that picture.
Hot, 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 hot.
I ate P.F. Chang's every day for 3 weeks.
Buttholes on
So this
fire.
this picture was taken at a private school where he was teaching in the spring of 2001. So
And he's in trouble
I think
for
that was
this now,
college.
right? He's in trouble for this?
Yeah, and
People
it's
are-
kind of weird. So there's a quote from him saying something like, somebody brought the picture to his attention in this past July, and he said something to the effect of, I felt bad, and I knew it had to come public. But it never says, is he the one that brought it public, or did somebody else do it?
Why would he do that
Yeah,
to
no
himself?
kidding.
To come out ahead of the story and be like, hey, you should know this about me.
Who cares?
Yeah, but he's
You
already-
painted yourself black. Who cares?
But this isn't his
Well,
only time he's done this. There's
the-
another picture of him where he dressed up as Harry Belafonte in blackface, wore a wig, and sang Deo in high school. He did a talent show or something like that. And now there's another video that just came out where he did blackface. I don't know the context of the video, but they just said that he was waving his hands in the air like a maniac or something, but probably doing some shamanistic ritual like, oh.
Speaking of blackface,
Jeez.
we went to a Nebraska game a long time ago. We painted ourselves red, and for some reason, one of my buddies wanted to paint himself black.
Black shirts.
Black shirts, yeah.
Well, he's all black, and the paint started cracking and shit, real bad. And there was some Mexican in the crowd that said, "Hey, man, you get hit by lightning on the way here?"
Oh,
Does he have like an
boy.
N on his stomach though?
Yeah.
It was just funny because the paint was cracking, and the guys just called him out. You get hit by lightning on the way here?
Bird turd.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Look, I don't know enough to even comment on that, to be honest with you.
Well, let me read you
I
his
understand-
quote since it all came
Like,
out.
I understand.
Well, I wanted to say there's also that Virginia governor that had blackface, and he
Yes.
never resigned. He's still the governor.
Well, here, listen. It's obviously racist.
It was a long time ago. Who cares?
It's obviously racist. I don't know enough about it to even comment. So that's all I'm going to say about
They're
it.
not trying to be racist.
I
are they?
agree with that. I agree with
Yeah,
that.
you're right.
And
Very,
that
very
goes
true.
with what Trudeau made his comments were. He was saying, I should have done that. I
was
should have known better.
socially
I didn't.
acceptable.
I'm really sorry. And when he was asked if he thought the photograph was racist, he said, yes, it is. And
But I'm
I
also-
consider it racist at the time. He said, I didn't consider it racist at the time, but now I know better.
Sorry, I was trying to have a good time. My
Yeah,
bad.
it's socially not acceptable now.
I agree.
2001, it's kind of fucking pushing the limits, though.
But not only that, but like we're guys in our 30s. We live in Omaha, Nebraska. It's about as Wonder Bread as it can get here. Like, I don't know if we have the social context to be able to comment.
Because Omaha has the most diverse
Yeah, no.
city ever.
Well, segregated. I mean,
Yeah, that's what I meant.
I shouldn't have said that. You might want to.
No, that's what I meant to say.
Yeah.
Sorry, you stole the words from me, essentially. 'cause
Pretty
I
sure
said
your
the
wife
wrong
right now
word.
would be like, oh, James, no.
She would. I probably say.
You know, it's true.
I probably say shitty things all the time.
But you guys, it's the
No
truth.
shit.
It's the truth. Fucking Omaha is segregated as fuck. There's no.
Yeah, we
there's-
even have
there's-
Little Italy, there's the Mexico.
Yeah, but I mean-
Yeah, there's no way to
and
deny
everywhere
it.
else is white, and then you go north, and you don't want to go north.
Exactly, and it's separated by
going.
the interstate. They're cut off. They're excluded from Omaha.
Well, I mean, there are statistics from back in the '60s about
it was
how
even worse
how
with Malcolm
real estate.
X.
Well, how real estate agents were compensated to put certain families in certain areas.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
for sure.
Yeah.
Is that why it's like this?
I don't know. I think it's probably easier to live by people that look like you, but I honestly don't. Again, I'm not smart enough to comment on that. And
It's hard to get out of the ghetto when you're born into the ghetto.
They got good
so
Mexican
you just end up
restaurants.
living
huh?
in the ghetto.
that's true.
You know, essentially what it is. It's where you're from. You stay where you're from.
I think that's
You-
there's
and
there's some.
hard, it's
there-
hard to get out.
Listen,
they make
listen, I
it
think
hard to get out.
It's hard. Like I grew up in a small town in Wisconsin. If I didn't join the Air Force, I'd still be there. There's no doubt about it. I mean,
Really?
yeah,
How many
abs-
of your classmates are still there?
Probably half of them. There's no doubt about
Wow.
it. I mean, it's easy. Well, I just think as humans, it's easy to do the status quo, right? When everything good push. I hope that was on the.
Yeah, we caught it. We caught it.
He squeaked out of the butthole.
Nope. Ah.
But I think it's hard for me, reading a lot of the things that I read, to actually have an opinion on this stuff, just because I'm not exposed to it, right? Like, I think about even my friends groups. Like, what I see is reality, but what really is real is hard to really comprehend, because like what Lane goes through every single day is really difficult for me to really even understand. So there's a book called Thinking Fast and Slow by Danny Kahneman, which is a great book. It's really deep it's obviously, he's a psychologist. He won the Nobel Prize in economics about it, but he has this concept: all you see is all there is. And what you perceive the world is your reality. And I'm not exposed to enough of this stuff to really even understand if I have a real good of opinion on it, just because I'm not a black person, so I have no idea what they go through. I see this picture, it doesn't offend me, but I'm sure it offends a lot of people. So I guess that's my opinion of it, is like,
Yeah. That's true.
I want to be empathetic to the people that are hurt by things, and try to understand more of it.
But would you
I
be
got a
hurt,
question
Would
for
you be
you.
hurt by a black guy
Doing
dressing up
whiteface?
as a
No,
white
exactly,
guy?
exactly. No,
That's what
I
I
mean
was gonna ask.
the perfect,
Like,
the perfect
I would
example.
laugh my ass
No, the
off.
perfect example is
Like
Dave
Dave
Chappelle.
Chappelle, yeah.
Exactly. And I was thinking about that when that came
Full
up.
shizzle.
I didn't think that was offensive.
When he did
Yeah,
that.
it was funnier than fuck.
Yeah, he did it a couple of times, didn't he?
Well, he was the one.
It's because everybody hates the white man.
Well, I think
Yeah,
blackface,
well,
though, traditionally,
I
though,
think
We've
was
done a lot
they
to-
wouldn't have black actors a long time ago, so they had white actors dress up in, blackface.
Yeah.
And I think that's a big part of the sting, is that history of it, where you couldn't even hire a black person or any person of color for a role. You had to get a white person and dress them up.
It went
as
back
that.
to even before just movies.
Well,
though.
it's Jim
there
Crow
would be like
stuff.
shows, like in
Yeah.
your town or wherever they would come to town and be like, oh, look at these three white
Well-
guys dressed up as in blackface.
So the whole blackface thing, from what my understanding, again, just what I read, not what I feel, is that overindulged certain stereotypes. They made them look stupid. They gave them bigger lips and all this other stuff. So obviously, it's just like anything else. It's like
It's a cartoon
well,
character.
Disney.
Breakfast at Tiffany's. I would assume some of us have seen that movie. Jerry Lee Lewis played an Asian person in that movie, and it is highly offensive in today's age.
Mm-hmm.
But in the 60s, that wasn't offensive at all, right? That was a lovable character.
Yeah, still socially
Well,
acceptable.
I mean, would you
for
call
quite
it
a
wasn't
while.
offensive then, or the people that would have taken offense, nobody gave a shit about?
I just think it's different contexts. I think people are more woke, whatever that means. But I think having Twitter and social media gives a lot of voice, but also helps us be more empathetic and feel differently. I think when people
Or trigger you.
well, trigger that could be a great word, but
I hate that word, actually.
yeah, but I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you get a different perspective because people actually have a voice now, it makes you feel a little bit differently. Maybe I'm wrong there.
Oh, I think you're absolutely right, though. I mean, look at what's happened with the world today and the way people can communicate. And these types of issues are being discussed openly and freely, and you can understand better, as long as you're willing to listen and not be triggered, their perspective and why something, triggers them.
Yeah, yeah, but it's hard to listen. I have.
So
What?
the real question though
Yeah.
is, does Justin Trudeau need to step down?
No, I don't think so.
No. that stuff happened, whatever. He obviously,
Blackface.
hopefully he has a
Glad I'm not wearing
real
blackface.
level of remorse. He's not just saying it to score brownie points or whatever, but
Yeah.
Say it into the microphone.
White Claw, please.
everybody's done
James
stupid
needs a
shit.
White Claw. Chase, get him a beer.
God damn it.
What's
Say
the
it
point
again,
of living?
say it again, say it again.
Hopefully
Not
he's
a
learned his
beer.
lesson, all right? What's the point of living
Ruby
but to
grapefruit.
learn
The
It's
best
like-
kind.
and love, right?
That's true.
And hopefully he takes a lesson. from it.
Everyone makes mistakes. Even fucking Jesus made a mistake.
Well, listen, I think
He trusts Judas.
he did. That's true. Not that I believe that story,
Better
but that's
edit
neither here nor
that.
there.
When Jesus listens.
Yeah. So
What? You talking shit on the Lord?
You don't want
and Savior?
Jesus to hear that? Edit that shit
Oh,
out.
shit.
he hears everything in your
He
mind
hears
anyway.
everything, man. He's not listening to the podcast.
Not
He's
if you
listening to
edit
my
it out.
thoughts.
Yeah, but I mean, I think well, that goes into the whole context of what I was getting at
Badly.
probably about 15, 20 minutes ago, which is
Shame.
we're not all encompassing. We're all. I mean, I would assume most of us on this side of the room is a true Democrat. That doesn't encompass everything
don't you
about.
mean
If we're
Democrat?
registered at all.
Sure,
Sorry.
but not only that, but like we don't listen to empathize. We listen to get ready and jump on. There's this. I hate this word, the cancel type society.
Twitter mob.
Yeah, it's a Twitter mob, and anything that
Twitter
anybody
flavors
does.
hot.
Listen, if people went back in my Twitter feed to 2008, 2009, I guarantee I would be crucified. There's no doubt about it.
People love you, man. You were dressed up in drag and shit.
That's probably true as well.
That's offensive, man.
Yeah.
Well, now it is because
Someone would have got pissed.
yeah, because my pronouns are not right or whatever. But at the end of the day, like the end of the day, and that was a joke, and I'm apologizing if you're offended
What is-
listening to that.
What is your pronoun?
I don't go by you.
What I'm saying is, we should listen more to be empathetic and try to understand instead of listening to slam people. Like, it's easy to get into that habit of like saying, "Well, fuck you, you're stupid," or "Fuck you, you're offensive," or "Fuck."
Yeah.
You know, if we just say, "Listen, I want to understand more about what you were doing there," and then listen to my story and why it's offensive to me, and then that's how we get better. Instead of just saying,
And you squash it.
"Yeah, squash it. It's fucking over with."
Did you
like he said, it's 10, 15 years ago. Sorry to interrupt you.
Did you watch the most recent Dave Chappelle stand-up?
Yes,
I
did.
haven't, but I heard it's like really.
There's
Yeah, it's
one
good.
point where he talks about the Kevin Hart Oscars thing, and he was just like, it was Kevin Hart's fucking dream to host the Oscars. He's like, that's a fucking really odd dream, but whatever, fucking do it, follow your dreams. And he got to, he was going to be the host. And then they found one dumb, offensive tweet that he made
What
fucking
was it?
years ago.
He said
He made a tweet about his son
It was-
where he was like,
If
no,
I
no,
ever
no,
called
no,
him
no,
a-
no. He called somebody the F word. It's a gay derogatory term.
Well, there was another one. I think in the stand-up special, he talked
Yeah, that's
specifically
the one.
about him making a comment on his own son, saying,
That's
"If I
the
ever
one.
caught my son being gay, I would."
my son being a faggot, I would smash a dollhouse on it.
That's exactly
Yeah,
what he
yep,
said.
Yep.
And again,
And I think the whole point that Chappelle was making, I was like, dude, he's not literally going to take a dollhouse and blah blah blah. You know,
Yeah,
just
it's not
it's
offensive.
a joke. He's a comedian. Like,
Yeah.
but I also don't feel bad for comedians because comedy is at the highest peak it's ever been. These guys make hundreds of millions of dollars a year.
You need to use your
all the
words
best
wisely.
comedians
Well,
piss people
Your
off.
words are your
Sure.
art.
Well,
you know,
especially
like,
well, in today's society, words are everything because we all have the ability to
but
put.
that's the thing.
put
When
words
Twitter
out there.
first came out in 2001, when Kevin Hart wrote
Sure.
that tweet, did he know?
Well,
what
not
was
only
gonna
that, but like, there's
happen?
like 10,000 people on Twitter back then. Right?
Exactly, and
Yeah.
no one was like mobbing it, you know. But it just really sucks because then like he said he wasn't going to apologize because of the tweet, and then he lost the Oscars, and he ended up just like apologizing. You know, he went on every talk show and apologized.
you know,
So that's just like the
bullshit.
perfect
It was bullshit.
Twitter mentality, like that metaphor
What's the- yeah.
for the worst of the worst. Like, dude, he's a fucking great comedian. He's clean. He's hilarious.
He
Everyone
talks about
loves
him. He's not malicious to other people.
Exactly.
He shits on his family, which
He's-
I think.
he's like the everyday man, where just like that's your life, you know. Fucking
He's
shit
black,
happens.
and I love him.
Exactly. And
I do love
Chappelle, why'd you have to even like make that point?
Just to get it out there.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not
all right.
racist.
Anybody
like
who
black
says
faces.
they, yeah, if
So
you're
the Twitter mob,
Sorry,
no.
I said black.
None of us
My
are
bad.
racist, Twitter mob, and please don't take this conversation and turn it into some weird.
well,
words
Derek
in
is
10
from
years.
Kentucky,
Yeah.
so
He said black. That's bullshit.
squeal like a pig, boy.
Unless you're from Kentucky, we don't talk to you.
yeah. Is it Louisville or Louisville?
Louisville. Wrong and
Sounds
wrong.
like neither. Are you gonna fucking Twitter mob him about that?
I'm pretty triggered right now.
I could tell. You got like 4 White Claws in, and now he's like
Yeah.
Let me
fucking
just stuff my
agitated.
chicken over here.
Calm down, D.
But I mean,
Easy,
like you were
Spud,
saying,
easy.
the best comedy makes you feel uncomfortable. It also pushes the envelope to the point of making things acceptable.
You know,
as well.
Life
so
can't
check this
change
out.
unless a comedian makes a joke about it.
100%.
you know?
If you
No, I
watched
agree.
did you watch the behind the scenes stuff with Chappelle on that stand up show?
No.
He tells this really good story. It actually might have been part of his main show. So he was doing his set early on before the special, and he had like a series of nights where he did like 4 shows in 5 nights at this one venue. And there was this transvestite that showed up to every show, laughed her ass off constantly. And on the last night when he was doing it, he wanted to do a tranny joke. And he debated with himself, like, do I want to do this? I don't, this person's having such a great time, and I don't want to piss them off. He goes, fuck it, they paid for the ticket, take the goddamn ride, it's my show. So he tells the joke, she busts out laughing. After the show, everybody's left, and he goes up to the bar, and she's still there by herself, and she sees him coming. I was like, oh, come on over. And they start talking, and then he brings up the joke. He's like, I'm so happy that you found that funny, I was really worried that it might piss you off, and I'd ruin your time. And she said, no, not at all. And then she goes on to tell this story about when he was doing the Chappelle show. He did the PP video making fun of R. Kelly. At the time, a lot of people got pissed off at him and said, you're allowing that type of behavior to be normalized, was basically the argument. And she brings up that story and says, I wish that more people would do what you're doing so that being a transvestite or whatever you want to be is normalized. But, it's a different way of thinking about it, too, I don't have to get so angry. Maybe just give a little bit of thought about why the person's saying it. Maybe they're just trying to be funny or whatever. But,
Yeah.
hey, there might be something else you can take away from it other than, hey, it pisses me off and I need to let everybody know about it.
We're just 2 wild and crazy guys. So
To piss a lot of people off. With
yeah, but I mean, think
too.
of the best comedians of all time. They're all blue humor. I mean, some of my favorite things to ever watch is the roasts, right? And they are not politically correct at all. I just think I
don't watch.
I just think we get too close to the line, and if we sanction off certain things to talk about, then we're going to be an enclosed society. We won't be pluralistic. That's the greatest thing about America is that ultimately we can do and say whatever we want. We have the freedom to do that. Now, obviously, there comes with consequence, but
With great power comes great responsibility.
nice.
With Chase Grape comes great grapes. Don't worry about the
I think
fucking
some of the
turn.
stuff we're talking about, too, as far as the internet, social media is concerned, gets into that whole potential for those feedback loops that people can fall into.
Oh,
where
right.
You're only validating your own opinion. You're not really listening to what somebody
The
says.
bubble.
You use what they have
It's
to
an
say
echo
as an
chamber,
excuse to
right?
hate them, and only reinforce your own beliefs, whether they're right or wrong or in between.
And I have a habit too, a bad habit. If you go through my Twitter feed sounds a lot like me.
Well,
and I tried.
It represents you.
Well, not
Your
only that, but like,
thoughts. What
yeah,
you
but I mean,
thought was funny
the
to tweet
greatest
out.
drug that we have is dopamine release, and the easiest way to get dopamine release is to hear of opinion that is but also an opinion that is just like yours. So then you just crave that. So then we continue to like reinforce our opinion, and we believe whatever we believe is true. And just like we were talking about how encompassing the galaxy is, and there's got to be life beyond that, there's got to be a reality beyond our own. And if we sit here and say, well, everything that I believe is the right answer, then we get into these... That's why honestly, that's why we are where we are, right? We talked to our friend, I'm not going to name his name. I don't know how to, like, FedEx driver guy.
We talked to a friend.
You don't have to say anything. Now you're making FedEx.
Yeah.
Like,
One of the two that we know.
nobody lost a sponsor.
Yeah.
Yeah, great.
Anyway, great. He's a great dude. I love him as much as I love all my friends, but at the end of the day, he is so stubborn with his opinion that he will not change even when facts are given to him.
Mm-hmm.
So what he believes is true is his truth. And there's a difference between what you believe is true and what the truth is a lot of times, just because the world is gray. Not everything's black and white. We're not just a bunch of math problems,
And
right?
truth's changed, though, honestly. You know?
Yeah, it absolutely has. Right? It has to.
What is true now in 20 years
Look at White
will
Clay.
not be true.
Look
Yeah.
at White Clay.
Yeah, that was a capitalistic enterprise going on, and now it's viewed as a hateful thing against
People
Native
have
Americans.
recognized
Yeah.
that this is bad. That we cannot be doing this to a population.
exploitation versus
Exactly.
capitalism.
So speaking
at
of
its finest.
the truth, was there multiple shooters when JFK died?
Mhm.
Just kidding.
aliens, man.
Why are we even discussing that? Of course there are.
I thought we were going to the next subject.
Next topic is I need another drink there.
Which,
Oh, shit,
which
already?
H2 uh-oh.
Easy, sport, easy.
There's no more easy sport.
Well, H2 uh-oh. So there
Sorry,
was-
listeners. We got pretty deep there.
Yeah.
That's James
Dude,
Shokwas
that's
as well.
perfect. That's what we want.
Yeah.
man.
There you go.
Cancer
I
causing...
wanted to say this though, real quick. That's
Okay.
the whole point of the podcast, is to explore these ideas that we're talking about. You know,
Sure.
it's not just like, yeah,
We haven't got anybody
tweeting about
bitching
something
yet.
and then people liking it. You know,
Sure.
No, we're gonna have a conversation about it. My opinions are gonna change, and I want them to change. Do you feel like you've learned something
all the time.
from the podcast?
I'm just waiting for someone to get a hold of us to bitch at us. That's what I
Yeah,
kind of
like,
want.
right.
you guys are idiots. This is the way it really is. You know.
Well, exactly. And
But I want them to make good points. If you're going to complain about us, please make a valid point.
well, not only that, but like
Explain
if you
yourself.
actually
Fuck
do
you.
get traction,
We
there,
could call our friend up.
there's going to be which one? Yeah, no.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
Do it. Call 'em.
No, I don't know if you guys really want to argue right
well, not
now.
only that, but I don't
what
know
you're gonna
if we
talk
could just cold call him on a podcast and not even let him know that he's about to
every
be
time we
recorded.
cold call people, we always start off with, "Welcome to Trash Talk Omaha."
Call 'em.
I didn't even know what we would start off
Whose
with.
phone will
we're,
he answer?
He'll answer mine.
He'll answer your phone.
Yeah.
Okay, call him on speakerphone and hold it up to your microphone.
You don't have my number. You might answer mine.
No, that's fine.
Nah, I don't want to hold my phone up.
I'm going to text him first.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, cold call.
Then read it, the next subject.
All right,
Next,
all right.
next.
Just text him and say, "Hey,
H2,
man, emergency. I need to talk to you."
That honestly works.
I have an existential problem. All right, so there are apparently cancer-causing contaminants in your drinking water, according to a new study published in the
This
Journal
is like
of
something I would
Health.
talk about.
Yeah, well, this is crazy, dude. This is like widespread across the entire continent of the U.S.
Duh.
or the North America.
This has been out there for 5 years.
It's a U.S. study.
This has been out there for a while.
What's-
Well, this is another recent one.
Plastics, fucking lead.
Well, we talked
fucking-
about plastics the other week. Scientists at the Environmental Working Group, or EWG, analyzed pollutants in tap water. They found, but did not check for a lot more that could be, 22 total carcinogenic contaminants they found alone, including arsenic, disinfection byproducts, and radioactive contaminants such as uranium and radium in the drinking water nationwide.
What's the percentage of butthole?
110%.
I'd drink that.
So, they said the results of the analysis
I want to get into that
show
afterward.
over a lifetime of exposure to these contaminants in the drinking water, we can expect that 100,000 cancer cases in the United States would be due to these drinking water contaminants. That was Sidney Evans, who was the lead author of the entire study. And then they go on to talk about how they've identified these 22. They were only testing for X amount, and there's a ton more carcinogenics that they could have tested for that they did not.
So
and
people
they
are
fully
dying?
expect this are probably there.
Are people dying?
The whole story kind of gets into that over a lifetime of exposure, you run a much greater risk of getting cancer and other carcinogenic related illnesses.
Yeah, but if you eat too much barbecue, you get...
But that's not eating too much barbecue. That's like a choice. As far as your tap water,
Do you drink
municipal
tap water? Do you drink tap water?
I filter it,
I
but
do.
some of that stuff like radioactive shit, that's not. You can't filter that.
I have a distiller.
Of course, we don't
I
live in
drink
Flint.
distilled water.
This
is the writer.
We do. We filter our water as well. But
Yeah.
What was that?
I'm happy I filter it. But
Rachel Bender, what?
Grumman Bender.
Grumman Bender.
Bender, what?
Bender
Barely
over.
knew her.
I knew that was. I was waiting for it.
Fairly newer.
She's kind of cute. I'd Bender.
I'd do her again.
Titans are beating Jacksonville 14-0. By the way,
Thank
if
you.
anyone cares.
Well, quarter? Second?
Jacksonville.
Second quarter?
Second quarter. Yeah. Quator.
I was like,
Quator.
don't repeat that.
Sorry.
Quattro?
You know Jared, we used to live with in college.
Yes.
He told me some crazy shit working out with
The
his company.
Ogallala water aquifer.
But yeah, basically all the farmer not pollutant. Well, it is a pollutant. All the insecticides and weed killers. It's all getting into our groundwater, and it's like this whole big hush hush thing that nobody wants to talk about. But they admit that it's definitely happening, which makes sense, especially the type of aquifer basin that we sit on. Everything that goes in the soil eventually leaches its way into the aquifer. And they said that a lot of people are drilling wells now are having sometimes problems getting healthy plants using that water because it's been contaminated after decades of insecticides and weed killers. And that's the water that our region drinks from, if you're not getting it straight out of a river.
Oh, it tastes
It's also
good.
drying up.
Well, that too, overuse.
It's beyond my scope.
So yeah, I mean, buy bottled water.
Well, I've had.
or
Yeah, but-
distill or reverse osmosis your water.
Sure.
Does that get rid of radioactive stuff?
Yeah, but what did? Listen.
Is it killing
That's
anybody?
also in the
Yeah,
air.
that's the whole study was talking about. Was over a lifetime of exposure, you have a greater risk of getting all these illnesses.
As I'm vaping.
True.
Where do you think
Drinking
cancer
White Claw.
comes from? Of course it comes from the water.
Listen.
It's like in our fucking DNA.
We're going to
nowadays.
die.
I vape by
all of
choice.
us.
I have to drink water.
We all
This is true.
we are all going to get
But,
cancer.
like, how-
And what's our water source?
Do you-
Tap water.
I don't drink tap water. I mean, that sounds
I filter my tap
fucking
water,
arrogant
but-
and stupid.
Do you have
but,
nothing but bottled water?
we drink a lot of bottled water, but
Your
I also
overhead must be ridiculous.
well, we buy it from Costco and it's cheap as shit. But not only that, but like the tap water I do drink because I do drink it with my whiskey, which is sacrilege. I understand.
It tastes better.
But I do use tap water, yes. So, but I also choke down my fucking vape like all day long, and I smoke cigarettes on the golf course. I am on the golf course that has to use a ton of
But again,
dangerous chemicals.
those are
That's
choices.
choices. That's choices.
So
You're
we're
right.
all
You're right.
going to get cancer though because you can't avoid it. There's radioactive material
So,
all around us.
is
and
it-
the
in
is this
fluoride,
more-
man, the
it-
fluoride.
Is this
in
more of a
landfills.
okay? So is this more of a social economic discussion on
It's
water?
whatever you want to take it, man. I just think it's personally for
Water
me,
is
it's
life,
just-
man.
it's very
He said,
concerning.
"Sure,
that
here you go."
Did you not listen to Lakota Sioux?
people
Wa-
drink water
is life.
out of tap, and
Water-
and our water
Water
stuff is getting
life.
poisoned.
Speakerphone.
What do you say, Cole?
He said, "Sure." We're calling
What are we-
Brian
what are we
Barnes
gonna
right
talk
now.
dis-
It doesn't
discuss
matter. I'm
about?
just going to say what. Hey, welcome.
Welcome
The
to Trash Talk.
Did you hear that? You said, "Welcome to Trash Talk."
What's going on?
Well, this isn't a live feed on Twitter, but we are recording a podcast. It's Lane, Derek, and
Chase.
Chase.
How's
I'm
your
terrible.
butthole?
Oh, Jesus, not you, asshole.
How is your butthole?
Oh, my butthole. Oh, I did see Chipotle earlier today. It has a nice bite to it. It's a healthy brown eye, but I'd still
No more pink left.
So, since we just abruptly called Brian Barnes, Barnes is definitely my expert on gambling, which I think is a good segue to sports gambling in Nebraska, which I think is
gambling in general
is a great topic to talk about, just because we send a lot of Nebraskan dollars across state borders, and we actually gamble.
This is a topic we can agree
On the low. So, do you just want to kind of go by your weekly basis on how you gamble and why you gamble and what makes it really enjoyable to you?
Well, basically, I gamble because I'm a degenerate. I bet on a website through my phone or my laptop, whichever way you want to go about it. But for the most part, I'm a degenerate. I will gamble on anything. On amateur midget wrestling, I will gamble on baseball, minor ball, the Mexican League baseball. Doesn't matter to me. If there's something to be, we will own it.
You're gambling on Mexican League baseball?
Yeah, all weekend. Every Sunday, the game's live, you can put money down. Yeah.
Neat.
Fantastic. So, gambling is not Texas, you know, Nebraska, that's fine. But gambling is always legal on the interwebs. So if you've got a guy, he can hook you up on the website that he's got his bookie service through, which is what I do, allegedly.
Allegedly.
I bet on that, allegedly. I certainly do not send any money back to Iowa.
It sounds like it.
Say I'm not gonna go across state lines here, like maybe in the next 2 weeks. Sit down around the sports books, maybe make an entire day of it. Might lose, might win a lot of money. If I lose, I would like the money to go back to Nebraska, but because they're too stubborn and they're too wholesome, I guess.
Hey, Lane, I don't know if you can hear me, but ask him if he thinks that Nebraska should legalize. There you go.
Yeah,
You just answered
we
the-
should legalize gambling in Nebraska.
Chase, what do you think about that?
Absolutely. I mean, we're right across the river. All we're doing, we're taking our
Just going
money
over there anyways.
and we're
Right.
giving it to Iowa. Instead, we could lose it to our own state.
Yep,
Am I-
exactly. See, Brian, this is the perfect topic for us right now because this is the topic we can all agree on,
Yes.
right?
Very few of those, but I do enjoy this one.
So let's talk about a topic we don't agree on.
No.
Why?
Well, why would you want to do that?
Because you like to disagree with us.
I love disagreeing with people.
You have very strong
Okay.
opinions.
All right. So, what do you want to do here?
What's your what is your strongest opinion this political year? What are you voting for?
Freedom.
Come on. Seriously?
Yep.
Make sure that he knows that's Lane.
In what terms?
Like what do you care about? Because when I look for my political candidates to vote for, like I'm talking state senators and stuff, I always check their fucking issues or thoughts on the environment. So what are you looking a candidate for? What do you want a candidate to do for you?
I guess ultimately don't raise my taxes. Whatever money that I make, I feel like I deserve to keep. I don't feel like I need to pay any more money to other people that have not worked for it.
So
I don't think that's fair. I don't think that's
so you won't pay for someone else to get free health care?
no,
But you do already.
you?
absolutely not.
But you do- yeah.
Every other, I'm not going to pay for your health care. You're not my responsibility. Me and my family are my own responsibility.
What would Jesus say about that?
I don't give a fuck what you say about it.
Perfect answer.
It's true. Okay, but
What's a Jesus?
I believe in God.
Just because they vote Republican doesn't mean me and Jesus are homeboys. Come on now.
yeah, I smoke a blunt with Jesus every day.
I I'm sure you do. And I appreciate that.
Can't hear him.
Yeah, I could barely hear him.
Yeah, are you on speakerphone?
Yes,
No, I'm not on speakerphone.
Where's your speaker at on this phone?
it's on the bottom.
I thought so. I'm doing as best as I can, guys.
Listen, just tell Barnes thanks for the effort. We appreciate it. I loved his ideas on legal gambling.
Barnes, I want to have you on the podcast, really. Not just on phone.
That would be fun.
It's on the other side. There you no.
Like this. This is the back of my microphone. It works.
Yeah, okay.
Anyway, Barnes.
Barney.
Brian,
Hey, Brian.
Lane,
have a good night.
Derek, same here.
Have a good night.
Boys, you too.
Later.
Love you, dude.
Later.
Love you, man.
So I was trying to control the volume for
couldn't hear him.
myself and
That
for
was the
him.
most difficult phone
It
experience.
was really
we've ever
hard.
had.
It was really hard. Sorry. I don't know why his.
Well, yeah,
voice
it always
sounded
sounds
worse.
so much better, and they can hear us all.
I don't know.
I
don't
held
know.
it on my speaker with Greg last week.
Yeah.
It
Greg sounded kind of like shit too. I
he?
might.
You can hear them, though.
We might just have to like unplug a microphone and plug it into directly to it sometime.
Well,
next time.
yeah, I mean-
whatever. You guys, this is a fucking work in progress. This is episode
So-
41.
Sure.
Welcome
Sure.
to the podcast.
Welcome to the
It's
podcast.
Episode 41. We're working out our bugs.
Okay, so let's get back on the topic that he was talking about, which is legalized gambling in Nebraska. I kind of want to talk more
Who
about that.
isn't for it?
There's got to be people
Have you
for it
signed the
other.
petition?
well,
There's
here-
a petition going around this year.
There's
okay.
always a petition for it. Like
Listen,
every few years.
I've signed it this year, though.
Listen, but why isn't it here? That's the question.
Well, so I'll tell you this. I'm all for. Well, I'm not sure what I am right now, but I have been all for gambling here because why give all the money to Iowa? People that want to gamble here go to Iowa or Sioux City, which is still in Iowa, I
Kansas
guess.
City.
Yeah, I mean,
Las
there's all
Vegas.
sorts of places around that you can go.
There's
to.
a reason why there's a direct flight to Las Vegas.
other
But
state
recently,
Omaha.
I talked to one of my friends whose family,
A lot of states have
family
legalized
members
gambling.
going through a lot of problems with gambling-related issues, and casinos are enablers. They don't care. They don't give a fuck if you have a gambling addiction or whatever. They just want your money.
Well, neither does drug
and,
dealers.
And I asked them point blank, "Do you support gambling in Nebraska?" And they said yes. And I said, even after everything you said on telling me, and they're like, "Well, yeah, I think so," but and that's their own opinion. But it's kind of got me questioning.
Bars are legal in Nebraska. You don't think that alcohol has destroyed more lives than gambling?
It's probably, I wouldn't be surprised
Cigarettes.
if it's equal.
Cigarettes are legal in Nebraska. Cigarettes destroy
in
a ton-
every state.
Yes. All I'm saying is, at the end of the day, people are going to sin if they want to sin, right? If people want to do drugs, they're going to buy drugs. If they're going to gamble, they're going to go and gamble.
People aren't sucking dick for beers, though.
I haven't had the opportunity.
Grape's like, yeah, I bought a few beers for people before.
So,
Oh,
but-
Journey.
But yeah, exactly.
Seen him.
Seen it. It's on
I've
video.
seen it.
But what I'm saying is like at the end of the day, they're going to do it anyway. So legalize.
It's true. And I feel like I'm on the fence of legalizing it, but watching what my friend's gone through and everything,
Yeah,
it
but
just
it's easy
kinda
to
had
say
me
that. It's
sit
easy to
back
say.
and think like, God damn,
Right,
that's
right.
like there's a lot of shit that goes on with it though to consider.
Listen, it's the same thing that people bitch about marijuana. I mean, marijuana probably has ruined people's lives. I mean, there's probably things that have done it. But
I
at
mean,
the
look
end
at
of
me,
the
man. This is like all I have going on in my life.
But think about Nebraska. Okay, so Colorado, legal weed. Some of the highest arrest rates in Nebraska for marijuana is in like Cherry County,
next
Which-
to Colorado.
next to Colorado.
How do we have Keno?
Exactly. What the fuck?
Yeah,
like
isn't that
it-
gambling?
And that's the worst gamble ever, right?
That's
because it's
because
complete.
that's considered a lottery or whatever.
One thing I would say though
What about
is
the
that
scratch offs?
when-
Is that
Lottery is a hidden tax.
when
by the way.
state lotteries came out, they said that it was going to public education, and that's how they got a lot of support for it. Because originally people didn't
Right, it's
want
a hidden
gambling.
tax.
But check this out though. They said all that money from that state, whatever the hell it's called, Powerball bullshit, goes to public education. What almost every state does that legalizes it is they do put a lot of that money towards education, but they redirect other funds from education into other things.
Like
So you're
marketing.
not putting more money into it. You're just subplanting something else. So they're not giving any
Sure.
more money. It's a
Sure.
new revenue stream.
No,
to replace
exactly.
other
They
things.
can spend the money elsewhere. But at the end of the day, like I've said a million times, just like any sin, prostitution, drugs, legalize it. That way you can at least somewhat regulate it to the point and tax it and control it to a point, right? I mean, at the end of the day, cigarettes are extremely expensive. Why? Because they kill people and put a burden on the entire rest of the public.
Well, they have the escorts and shit. I mean,
yeah, but it's illegal.
That's
so
illegal as well.
Yeah, it's illegal.
it
But
is.
but here's the thing: if it became legal, then they could STD test these sex workers. They don't have to have human trafficked.
Yeah, exactly. It's not illegal. It's allowed, and they can do it safely.
Safely, absolutely.
Not on the black market anymore.
And
what do you think Barnes feels about sex trafficking?
I don't.
Or sex workers?
Probably he's pretty opinionated about everything, so he's got some opinion. I'm not sure where he feels on what side of the spectrum, but at the end of the day, he's probably on the same board as mine, which is if we can further these enterprises, whether they're on board with moral compasses or not, we can use them as economic drivers, right? I mean,
Yeah,
if marijuana became legal,
you could tax it.
we could tax it. Pay for public
Hemp's legal in
Listen,
Nebraska.
Public school teachers have to use their own income to supply tools
Art supplies.
to learn. That's bullshit. So why don't we find other enterprises to help fund those things, like whatever, gambling or
Listen to what is legal in Nebraska. We
Nothing.
can do charitable,
Charitable gambling.
oh my god, parimutuel, lotteries,
Yep.
and tribal.
Do you know what a parimutuel is?
Do not.
It's a gambling thing that we do on the golf course, which basically says we gamble on each other. The dumbest thing about all that is it's not to throw race into it, but it's rich white men fucking things.
Oh, for sure.
And
It
here's
is.
the- and
You
here's-
say golf. Of course, that's what it is.
So we are on the same spectrum as Alabama and the state of Nebraska. The age of majority is
Wisconsin with the
19.
same-
Wisconsin's a little bit more liberal. Legalized sports
Oh,
gambling.
for gambling.
Yeah.
They
Well,
don't-
right.
They don't have legalized gambling.
In Wisconsin, they do.
Really.
Yeah.
Snap. This didn't say that.
Native American casinos.
There's no tribal. Yes,
Yes. Yep.
but no.
We don't even
Sports
have
betting.
tribal.
So that's the thing. No, yeah, Wisconsin did it. Nebraska has it. We don't have commercial racetrack.
We have a
online.
racetrack.
We have
Okay.
racetrack.
No, Wikipedia says Nebraska does not have
yeah,
racetrack.
but Wikipedia is updated
That's what
by.
I was kind of concerned about. I was like,
I
I've
think-
never
I've
been.
been- so
I've never been
laid
to
a bet.
Horseman's.
I've
never been
laid
to
a bet
Horseman's.
down there.
Horsemen's, I think they have a weird loophole where they get around it because don't they broadcast
technically,
other ones?
yeah.
that
Technically, you're not betting in Nebraska. You're betting in New Jersey.
yeah, it's a loophole. You're betting here physically, but
What
It's
about the
on
horse races
races
that
and-
are?
Yeah, but I mean,
digitally,
exactly.
I guess you're not.
Yeah.
As
What
chi-
about the horse races that are in Columbus? And
Exactly, or the horse races that happen at the state
They
park.
probably have some weird loophole. I guarantee it.
It's ridiculous. At
It's
the end of the day,
charitable fucking gambling, probably.
Yeah, probably.
I'll be honest. So, like,
0% goes to charity.
Derek knows this. I sit on a charity board. We have to go through these loopholes because we want to, like, auction
money.
off
Or not make money,
things, but like,
earn money.
so like we auction off things, which is great. But we also do like giveaways. So like people buy $20 raffle tickets. We can't do that anymore because it's technically gambling in the state of Nebraska. So we have to make it a skill game, like fantasy football or whatever, to make it legal. I heard that.
I heard it. His microphone's hot. It's
Hot.
a shitty microphone.
Anyway,
Why is it shitty? You can hear everything.
It's quieter than all of them. Yours is cranked up. Anyway, sports gambling.
Something I would
sports
like to ask.
sports
though.
gambling should be legal. It's happening a lot. Everybody that I know that I hang out with sports gambles, legally or illegally.
The thing I'd want to ask is, or what ask people to consider.
So, like,
at
if
least.
look at it this way: if I looked at Derek today and said, "I want to bet $20 that the Ravens will beat the Chiefs," that's illegal in the
Sounds
state of
like,
Nebraska.
Me and Cherney, we made that bet a couple weeks ago,
We did.
and I won.
That's
But
right.
it's just like
I
a
heard that.
handshake. You know, it's not gambling when it's just like friends betting.
It's gamble.
So James said
It's not.
that
Legally.
he gave up cigarettes and alcohol as examples of saying there's a burden on society. what point you need to ask yourself, is that burden, not worth it anymore? And I'm probably in favor for having gambling, but that's something I've been struggling with just myself.
Right. Well, I mean, if that's the
But
case,
you're
then
not going to gamble. You're not going to be the one gambling.
we should legalize. If
I
that's
don't do a lot of casino
You're not going to go to the
gambling,
casino. If there was a casino in Nebraska that opened up in Omaha, would you go?
I would go there
Yes.
over at Council Bluffs.
No,
I mean,
you
I
would
like to go to a casino
You would
every
go
once in
to
a while.
you would go to a casino if it opened in Omaha, right? Just to support Omaha. Like, hey, cool, a casino.
I wouldn't go
I'll
there
go
to
check this
support
out.
Omaha. I would go there because
I'm saying go
it's
there
closer
once,
than
though.
Council
It's
Bluffs.
An opening. You're gonna go check it out, right?
maybe.
You would support.
I would
it
be there at
once.
some point.
maybe.
I would be there. At
I
some
don't
point.
go to the casinos anywhere, and they're like literally a
Exactly.
stone's throw
Yeah.
away. A stone's throw away.
I'm not
You
a big gambler.
support it.
I
You
gamble, but I'm not a big
Lying.
gambler.
Support the
worst.
gambling.
I like sports gambling.
You let other people gamble.
What about the Carter Lake?
Loophole.
Well, it's
It's
Talking
a
about the strip
loophole.
club. By the way,
no
part
the
of
casino
Iowa
there.
in
There's
Nebraska.
a new casino in Carter Lake. That's pretty much
A new one?
Omaha.
well, it is
But
right.
it's in Iowa.
Exactly,
I know.
which is the weirdest
'cause
thing
the-
ever.
It's just a line.
Because the
that
river.
cuts
Because the
off.
river. Because Carter Lake. Carter Lake used to be the river.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oglong.
It's just weird. It's
Was
just
that
this
in
line.
'92 when it shifted?
Oh, I don't know. The airport's there, so whenever
Sure.
the airport got built, probably fucked it up.
Worst
They
strip
damned
club
it, I
ever,
thought.
by the way. is in-
Spearmint?
Spearmint Rhino. They have good cheeseburgers.
Yeah,
there a
Chase
couple
left
times.
me there one time.
Speaking of strip clubs, they got a new one on 120th in Center that is now
Oh yeah.
ready to roll. He went as
They got
In the
alcohol,
old,
he
in-
sued the state for a liquor license and he won.
They got alcohol. Yeah, they got a liquor license.
really, what's it called?
It's called Club Omaha.
Boom Booms.
Oh, that's finally gonna open.
Yeah,
When?
I think it's open.
Should I look it up
Sure.
Yeah, let's go.
BoobsRUs.com.
right now?
Do they have pasties or what? Is it?
Bikini bar, liquor license. City drops lawsuit.
Well, when he was at his original location, did you know that he made it a private club? And that's how he got away with it?
Oh, I did not know that.
So you had to pay for a club membership to get in.
That was in Lincoln, right?
No, in Lincoln, but also in Omaha. And you had to bring your own booze, just like over in Glenwood. Not that I know, but I'm just saying.
None of us know.
If you're a guy and you've never been to a strip club, I feel sorry
He had
for
to
you.
drop 3 of his pending lawsuits so he could get his liquor license.
But it's right by where Derek works. It's almost kind of where we go to lunch a lot.
What are we talking about?
The Club Omaha on 122nd and Center.
I know exactly where it is.
Is it by the
I've never been there.
No, it's
Is it
it's on the
Oscars?
other side of the. It's by the Hardee's or whatever that, or Wendy's or
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
This
What about
says it's
the-
going to open on December 1st.
The fucking
What's-
American Dream
What's
has
special
alcohol.
about it?
I've never been to the American Dream. Oh yes, I have. Yeah.
They have alcohol. It's pretty trashy.
I'm pretty
but-
sure they have a chicken
Oh.
special, don't they?
No, but like one
Strip clubs.
one floor,
Pink
one
chicken.
yeah, but one floor is a bar. One floor is a bar, and they have live music, and the other floor is a strip club, and it's separated.
Oh, that's the
what kind of
loophole.
music do they have?
They have like
music.
it's a biker bar, I think.
Yeah, it's pretty rough. I spent $500 there one night.
Wow.
What?
Horses.
I didn't mean to. I was having a good time.
Couldn't bring me down.
Listen, if you haven't dropped $500 on a stripper, then your life is probably pretty.
You're
boring.
not doing it right.
Yeah,
Have you lived yet?
I mean,
You must be 17.
I'm not saying which bachelor party it was, but there was a bachelor party that I went to in Kansas City that was pretty wild.
I heard about that.
Sounds like a good time.
Those are great. They're the best.
Derek, I
ones,
wish you were
really.
there consciously.
What time is it?
Oh,
I think he woke up to go golfing at 9 o'clock at night or something, didn't he?
That is also true.
I was
butthole was
hoping.
sucking
I was hoping there was going to be
buttermilk.
pictures of strippers in this article, but there was not.
I know what website you can go to.
Let's go.
Can you tell that to me?
I mean, Jesus, it's the internet. I mean, think about this. Like
Internet.com?
you guys,
Is that
yeah,
.com? Or?
you guys are a bit younger than me. I mean, I turned 38 on Sunday. Like when I was young, we had to use
This
like
Sunday?
last Sunday, hardcore magazines. You guys had the internet at your finger. Think about
Not
my
really.
my nephew is 16 years old. He has a smartphone. Think how easy.
But
not
also,
high
like,
school.
since he was at least 10.
But also think about how skewed his view on sex is going to be. Like he's
You
probably
can't get them pregnant by blowing it in their mouth?
He'd be like, if this bitch don't give me a sloppy blowjob, then she's out. Because this is what I see on the internet. Right?
It's
Phil?
not about the butthole pleasures.
What else?
life's
is it
not all about anal beads and butthole pleasures.
Oop. Oh, shit.
We should have had a female perspective. I think Paige would have been here. Would have been pretty fucking wild.
Paige. She was on once.
I heard her.
Hey, we need Paige on again. Talk Huskers.
Yeah, she's down to do a game.
I don't know what articles we haven't talked about anymore. Did we talk about that one?
Art of the Steal?
Yeah.
What's the Art of the Steal?
Betsy DeVos is being sued by a teacher for her student tuition loan forgiveness.
And Bernie's the first picture.
Yeah, why does Bernie pop
Because he's
up?
angry. He's from Brooklyn. He thinks that the world should listen to
Oh,
him.
this is about the middle school teacher denied getting her loan.
Yeah, so there was a government program started in 2007.
Really
which was-
fast. Can I interrupt? Chase, what do you think of Bernie Sanders?
Oh, I don't know. He's all right.
Just because you're self-proclaimed uninformed voter.
There's two left.
I get a lime.
I think I called him the uninformed.
I apologize.
I'm sorry. I'll register to vote, all right? Don't tell anybody that, though.
I just told a podcast.
Oh, shit. My bad.
All 7 of our listeners are going to be pissed.
Yeah, dude.
7?
I'm only kidding. There's probably more than that.
There's 8.
How many subscribers do you...
You're number 8.
7 and
We
a
have
half.
27
Subscribe-
podcast followers.
Nice.
We have
Yeah,
a lot more on Facebook.
We
got
haven't
a lot on
gotten we haven't
Facebook.
gotten a new Podbean subscriber in a while. Kind of surprised at that. You fucking listeners out there, would you sign up for a Podbean account and follow us?
You know who most of our followers are?
who?
Women that Chase's knows.
Nose.
No.
That's probably true.
It is. Every day I get on Facebook at work to look at shit and get ready for the podcast. It's always like, 3 notifications. Oh, neat. Open it up. Oh, you got 3 new followers, all women. Oh, cool. And you have
They're
one
all-
person you know in common, Chase Grape.
It probably sucks to be that...
90% of that on Facebook
Does
is
it suck to be
women
that
know
good
you.
looking?
Well, 5 people add me. I add people, and then I just invite them.
Sure.
I had one girl
That's
say...
how it happens?
I had one girl say, did you only add me so you could invite me to your trash talk page? I'm like, no. I gotta go. I'm busy.
But you're like, but you liked it, right?
Yeah, I'm like, but you like it? Did you listen to it?
She probably did.
I fast forwarded the parts where you rang the bell after they said butthole.
So when they swipe
That's the only
left
reason I
on
listen.
Tinder, do they like automatically subscribe? That
You
should be an algorithm built that you could.
Derek, that's your mission.
Yeah, that's the
I only
perfect.
do front end work. I don't do back end work.
Mm.
That's
I'm
what
not
she
into the
said.
Butthole pleasures.
You're not a backdoor man?
Speaking of
I'm the
swiping
businessman.
left.
Here we go.
You want to talk about your quote?
Well, it's just funny. I mean, I'm single and I have a dating thing, and it's just
What's the dating thing?
Do you
that
want to
use?
read the quote?
it's funny because the ugliest women on here on the dating site, they're hideous, but it says no hookups, and I'm just thinking in my head like, you better take that hookup because you're fucking not going to get anything else at all.
James's reaction is kind of the.
I mean, am
the
I wrong?
perfect
Am I
thing.
wrong? I mean,
No, you're speaking truth.
no one's going to
but
want to take this.
Besides the hookups, the drunk.
Maybe they put it there to be coy, but it was actually more
Well,
like
right.
a big
It's like-
billboard of.
well, it's
hey,
like-
open for business.
Like when I was.
Yeah,
No
exactly.
hookups.
Listen,
Wink, wink.
when I was single, I'd always scope out girls that would post Bible quotes. I mean, there's
Because they're easy pickings? What is that?
You want to go
Low
to
hang-
church and then fuck after?
yeah, it's
I'll
low
put the
hanging-
holy word in your mouth.
Yeah, they were praying for forgiveness, probably.
By the end of the night.
They had something
Forgive me,
to
Lord, for I
forgive.
have sinned.
It's great. It's great. It's probably true though.
It's
Honestly,
1,000% true. Well, at least in my limited scope.
So when you run for government, this is definitely coming back up.
Doesn't matter. I'm never running for government. There's too many dick pics out there.
sure.
My wife knows.
And not all of them
that-
are yours. They just have your name on it.
Yeah. No, I just take pictures of Derek's dong and then I just send it out.
You could run for sheriff though.
And they're like too small for me. Bye.
Bye.
Sheriffs own.
Oh wait, it
all
wasn't
the
my dick. It
fucking-
wasn't my dick.
It was as big as the White Claw can, I swear.
But that's a White Claw.
You were holding it by your feet. Still.
You must have small feet.
I do. It sucks. All these pictures, I feel like I should be smiling.
There was nothing. It's all
Nobody's
organic.
Is that beer over there in my purse still?
You have
should
a
throw that-
purse?
You
Yeah.
got
purse?
more
What?
beer in the purse? I thought you put it all in the fridge.
Nah, this is a cooler, by
It's
the
been
way.
sitting there.
James
That's a
brought a
cooler.
purse.
More devil.
Oh, it is a cooler.
Yeah.
Right.
Duvel.
Duval.
Duval,
You can throw those in there.
owned by
Yeah.
Boulevard.
These
Yeah,
are kind
I'll
of
check that out.
kind of scary.
They're
to drink.
cool ass cans. I will say that. I almost brought some.
Whiskey.
Yeah.
much alcohol?
We have some whiskey.
Yeah.
What kind of? Yeah.
6.8.
Some
Let's get some whiskey.
Jethro Tull.
Ooh.
Chase
Tastes like shit.
Chase.
Tastes
I believe
like
you're
shit.
going to grab that whiskey.
6.8% alcohol.
I put that
though.
in my mouth.
Honestly, the only hard alcohol I have in the house right now is both from Dan. I have a mason jar of gin Dan brought over.
I'm
one
not
time.
drinking any of that. I should have. You should have told me. I would have brought whiskey.
But
I told you,
but
but
I
I even
have-
specifically said, "Hey, if you want to bring whiskey?"
I thought you said they had.
It was
whiskey.
$7 for a bottle.
We have whiskey.
I think of what I my,
No,
my
no,
quote
the other way. Go
was,
the other way. Go the
bring
other way.
whatever you want,
Whatever, go that way.
including whiskey, which sometimes we have.
I have shit tons of whiskey.
That's why
Like,
I
I
mentioned it.
literally
figured you
live
might.
on. I live on.
Do you get free whiskey? Or
I live on
something?
nuts,
And
whiskey,
All right, Joe Dirte.
beer,
That's a space nut.
White Claws, cheese,
This is mine.
venison.
No, it's not.
It is.
It's my
Venison. Where the hell are you getting?
I'm
deer
just
at?
kidding, dude. All that is bullshit. What I just said. Oh yeah, Jethro Tull.
boots.
You just said you weren't going to take it.
Oh yeah, it's a grizzly dick.
Live.
It's actually not bad.
It'll get after you, man. And for $7,
Little fucker up her nipples.
What
what kind
they-
of whiskey isn't worth $7?
Every time we talk
right?
about, every time we talk
I have
about
some
this
whiskeys
bottle,
that are worth some money, but they are they're not any better than that. Anybody that
All whiskey's the same, right?
I agree
No,
with you.
but
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
Wait, what's it? It's not Jethro Tull. It says it right there on the side. What does
Jethro
it say?
Tull boots. Bitch.
Jethro.
Oh fuck!
How that?
That boots got me.
Jethro Titus. Is that what it says?
Right now
You
we're
have to do it.
right now we're Canada facing. It's offensive to Canadians.
Do it away from the microphone so we
Jethro
can see
Titus
so we can
boots.
see your face on the camera. No, in front of it. In front of it. James side. Go James side.
Oh fuck me!
I'd
You
rather
guys,
not,
is there lightning going on? What's happening?
I'd rather not. Fuck you.
He's like a
but
pair of boots.
boots and pants and boots and pants and boots and pants. All right.
Did we start talking about this? And
No,
not finish
fuck
it?
that subject. Let's get back to football. Let's actually talk about things that we want to talk about.
Packers? Is that what you're
No,
trying to do?
I mean you don't have to talk about the
Fudge
Packers
Packers.
because no one really cares about
wait,
the
wait,
Packers.
wait a second. I just want to know this though.
Yeah.
Would the Packers and Chiefs end up in the Super Bowl?
No, not this
They'd
year.
play.
No, I think they played in the same conference, don't they?
No,
They-
No, we played in the Super Bowl actually.
we played in the
Super
Super
Bowl
Bowl.
They're that
the
far
Super Bowl
apart
one
in the conference or whatever, or not districts or whatever you call it.
districts. There's
Conferences and divisions.
yeah.
The only
could.
way
They
the only
could.
way they could play is
No.
in the
We played this year.
Yeah, they're gonna
together.
play.
Are you going? You get tickets yet?
No, I'm not going. It's Sunday night. I can't.
But they don't normally play.
Do I
and
split the
the
way?
only way they would normally play is in the Super
No.
Bowl.
I know. I'm not going.
No, so like how the NFL works is every year you play your division opponent
And two
twice.
other divisions.
And then you play two other divisions, and you play one in the
Rando
NFC.
division.
You play one. It's already predetermined. So you play
They plan it out
an
years in
NFC
advance.
division. You play the AFC division, and then you play
So
wherever
it
you
rotates.
finish.
It rotates.
Yeah, it rotates every year.
I didn't know that.
There are certain teams like so. The Chiefs most years play the Bills because their families, the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah.
They have a their families were tight back in the day. They kind of all came up together in the NFL.
That whiskey's coming up. dude.
I don't know if I know any other examples like that, but there's certain teams that you just
But
play
it
a lot.
seems
It's a
like
burner.
the Chiefs
That
always
burned.
meet the Patriots in the title or whatever.
Not
right?
always.
No,
we
but
played the Patriots
but-
the last 6 or 7
But
years.
you
in a row
would
now, I
never
believe.
meet the Patriots in the Super Bowl.
No, you can't.
AFC
They're in the same.
championship game.
Okay.
They're in the
We did
same
this year.
conference.
So that's
yeah.
what I was kind of asking. Like the only like you guys could meet in the,
Yes, the Packers and the Chiefs could be in the Super Bowl together.
but you would
yes.
never meet in the tournament to get to the Super
No,
Bowl.
nope. It's
Okay.
impossible.
And it's never happened.
And
Who would win?
the Packers and the Chiefs played in the Super Bowl.
Between
The first,
or Pack and Chiefs?
Packers
this year?
and
This year,
Chiefs,
probably
right?
the Chiefs.
probably the Chiefs. Yeah,
Ooh, you gotta admit that.
yeah. I mean, their offense is pretty legendary right now.
Dude,
I
they
mean,
have maybe the best offense ever. We'll see what happens
I
in
don't-
the year.
You see, you have the best quarterback.
They had a top, I think,
They have-
definitely 5, maybe 3
So-
offense
You
all time
put that
last
on
year.
Facebook?
nice. When
Did you do that?
when Tariq Hill
Told me to.
It reached 119 people already.
when Tariq Hill comes back, they will have 2 top-notch receivers. They have a great running back.
How long is he out?
He's out until week 6.
He could potentially be back. Probably not this week, but maybe next. He's already out of the arm sling. He's actually been playing basketball. He's a freakish healer. He's had other injuries, and he's always back the next week.
Well, when you beat your children, it's easy.
It's fucking hot.
You don't even
Yeah.
know the story. You don't even go there.
It is hot. I'm sweating over
Cooking
here.
like an egg.
When you beat your children, it gets hot.
It does.
All right, Kim Kardashian.
Hey,
Speaking of,
last calls. What are we talking about for the last subjects? Everyone gets one last subject.
I honestly don't want this to end, to be honest with you.
Oh man, we can go all night. I'm cool with that. Chase will go fucking pass out like a little baby.
What? What's wrong with being a baby?
What?
So last call.
Last topic.
Do I have to do
everyone gets
first?
one last topic. No.
I
Chase,
don't,
Chase.
I don't know. I
Chase,
don't have
say
a topic.
something though.
Do you prefer green beans or carrots?
Green beans.
All right. D, you're up.
Wait,
I think,
no,
I, think
everyone else.
I think I'm going green beans as well.
Yeah,
like
everyone
I mean,
else answer the question. Or are we talking cooked carrots?
or raw carrots.
This is stupid.
Your choice. What do you want?
Oh, wait. I thought we were going to talk about the landfill in St. Louis.
Oh shit, we didn't talk about that.
No.
I kind of mentioned
The
it.
girl I've been talking to in Sioux City, she brought
She
this
got
up to me.
cancer from.
No. See, this is what I told you the story, and then all of a sudden she has cancer,
Shit.
and she lived there. I don't know what the fuck. You can't say anything to Cherny without him twisting the fucking story around.
Oh, dude, I have bullet points.
Chase's girlfriend, bullet point. Has cancer, bullet point. Exclamation point, bullet point.
Essentially, I'll summarize the
No,
topic.
she brought it up, and I thought it was a good story.
There's
so.
this town called Bridgeton, Missouri, that had a landfill, and the Manhattan Project put radioactive waste in it. The Manhattan Project is what they were doing to create the first atomic bomb
During World War II.
during World War II. Okay,
Yes.
so this was like secret nuclear waste that the residents
In
community
Missouri.
did not know about. Yeah, they just got dumped there essentially.
And are people experiencing like abnormally high rates
everybody
of
in town.
radioactive
No,
cancer?
no.
Can
Everybody
Chase
in
tell
town
a
has
story?
cancer.
Nosebleeds. He
Well, I
doesn't
don't-
know the story. though.
Yeah,
He
she just kind of explained to me, and like she sent me the link or whatever.
She was talking about me not listening, and I wasn't really paying attention.
I don't know.
I didn't say that. But. She just said everybody in town pretty much has cancer, and
They all have nosebleeds and like lightheaded and shit. So there's
so
a
they got cocaine
settlement
problems too.
that the EPA
Or heroin.
Heroin.
take 3 years to complete and $205 million to like scoop all this radioactive material because it's spilled into the regular dump of Bridgeton,
And
Missouri.
put it to the next town?
and just like made everything radioactive essentially.
Oh,
Like,
when they
they're-
went to clean it up.
Yeah,
they made a
the
spill.
radioactive stuff spilled into regular trash.
Wow.
So they have to like clean the entire landfill out and fucking haul it out. And it's super expensive and no one wants it to happen.
But it's happening.
But it's happening. The EPA has like acknowledged it needs to happen.
How big is this town?
That's
They're all
Is
dead
it a
now.
is it a
Great
suburb? Is it
question.
a suburb of
Well, I'm
St.
just saying
Louis?
they could
it
just
seems very
they could just trash the
close.
town and get everybody out.
Oh,
But I
just,
guess
like,
everybody's
fucking-
fucked already.
I used to live in St. Louis.
You probably have
So
cancer.
why don't you know where
You do have a
Bridgeton,
nice
Missouri
glow
is?
about you.
That's right. But I lived on the Illinois side of the river. I was stationed at Scott Air Force Base.
Funny, that's where that radioactive waste was stored.
Good. Well, I'm sure
Do you have
I was.
superpowers?
I'm sure
Are
I
you
was
Spider-Man?
exposed. Yeah, I was exposed. That's a long way from
Seems
St.
like
Louis.
half hour.
Yeah.
This is a half hour. 20 minutes, really.
Bridgeton.
20 miles.
Maryland Heights. That's where a lot of concerts go on.
Where would you live? Grant City?
Nope.
there's
I
Ferguson,
lived east of
right?
East St. Louis, just east of East St. Louis.
Oh, right here, essentially.
Further.
That's really far away from
Collinsville?
It's close to
Do you
that.
live in Glen Garber?
Nope, it's south of
Glen
that.
Carbon.
It's not even on the map.
Map data 2019.
Yeah, that's exactly where I live.
It's a weird town name.
Yeah.
So, back to my bullet points.
The town was called Shiloh, Illinois.
Oh,
Butthole.
you said butthole. My
The,
bad.
the landfill disagrees with the EPA, saying that fucking arbitrary and capricious.
Good word.
Yeah, that they would even try to like clean the landfill. Like that's not happening.
By the way, that is lawyer talk.
Exactly.
Right there.
And
Those
this
two
is,
words, that just makes people go to the dictionary like, fuck it. I'm
and
gonna
this
die
is
anyway.
why people are getting cancer in this town, because people are being capricious.
Define that.
Gracious.
Can you use that in a
Don't
sentence?
fuck! I just did. Okay, people, I just did.
No, explain it. What is
Language
that?
of origin.
What does that mean?
Latin. It
But
means fuck your butthole.
Essentially, they're saying it creates an unacceptable risk, no proportional benefit, greatly increase the time needed to remediate the site.
Remediate.
Remediate is exactly. Yeah.
Remediate. And it's contrary to the APA's own findings. So people are fucking pissed about it, but there's this Just Mom St. Louis that got all happening. You know, they started the fucking ball. So, rock on.
I love my mom.
Well, you know what?
I love your mom too.
Yeah, but okay, so let's just say this. Say there's
My mom
a
doesn't like you.
I know she does.
say there's a landfill near you, and there is a fucking nuclear power plant near us. There is probably a landfill near us with nuclear waste in it. Okay, and we just don't know it.
So you're saying I can get
And
superpowers?
As soon as it gets contaminated, we all get cancer.
That's
So
the
it's
superpower.
Going to soak into the Ogallala Aquifer. We'll all drink it up, and pretty soon we'll
a
all
long
have the
way
power
away.
of flight.
He's telling it the way it is.
Cancer.
It's like 1,000 miles away from Ogallala.
Hopefully, I get the power of flight.
It's
How about
groundwater.
the power of sight?
It's groundwater.
With mind
That'd
bullets.
be good.
Telekinesis, Kyle. With
How about the
mind
power
bullets.
to move you?
You already moved me.
One
Especially when you're singing karaoke. Fuck.
What is the secret of your power?
All right. Enough of this gay bar.
All right.
Sing the gay bar song real quick.
Tequila.
You! I want to take you to a gay bar. That's all I know.
It's mine.
That's not.
That's all you know? Bullshit. You know the whole song.
I got something to put in you. At the gay bar. Gay bar.
So,
Sorry for saying
last
gay.
bullets.
Who else has a topic that we did not
So,
discuss?
those who went to Maha, talk about what you experienced.
Oh shit, we had a hot topic on Maha a couple
didn't
weeks
go.
ago.
Yeah, I wasn't here, so my
Someone did not enjoy it. Someone thought we had really bad bands this year
Okay.
compared to other years. How do you get Run the Jewels? How do you get Modest Mouse? How do you get Weezer? And then you get Lizzo.
so I would say.
All the chicks
She's
love
blowing up,
Lizzo.
though.
well, here's the thing.
She's
Like,
blowing up, but
here's the thing.
she did sell out.
We're 30-year-old white dudes who listen to fucking Built to Spill. I mean, if you were a concert maker, you want to have bands that you get young
That
energy.
sells out.
That sells out. They sold out. Listen, I wasn't excited to see Lizzo, but I thought that was the best energy I've felt at Maha.
Yeah, she
And
put on a great show.
Yeah.
I was blown away. Jenny
heard she
Lewis
twerked.
even blew me away. She fluted and twerked.
Fluted.
She played the flute and twerked.
She's got a big ass, don't she?
she's
Fucking huge ass.
she's a big woman, but nevertheless,
She
I
rocked it.
I thought that was the best Maha I've been to, and I went in with no expectation because there was no band that I wanted to see, and
You went both nights.
I went the second night. First night I was golfing
missed
with
Friday?
Yeah, I was golfing with Derek.
I thought Courtney Barnett fucking blew it away.
Yeah,
I love her. She was spitting all over the place, fucking screaming.
Kim
Feedback.
tore ACL.
Yep, that did happen too.
Isn't that the
But-
second time she tore her ACL?
But from a energy standpoint, how did you feel? Did you like the wristbands? Did you feel like it was
Yeah,
cumbersome?
Yeah. It was a hassle to put money on it and
Yeah.
whatnot, but I understand it. I
Yeah.
didn't mind it.
If there was one thing that
That-
you could change, what would you change?
About Maha in
Yeah.
general, there's too many fucking tents. Like, I don't want a disco party where you have to put headphones on and get a dance and not enjoy fucking Courtney Barnett on stage right now.
Sure.
You know?
So right, that's the one thing
I
would,
thought that was bullshit.
Well,
A
the-
silent disco party? Are
And
you
they-
fucking kidding
and
me?
they had a karaoke tent.
Yeah.
I think that ultimately the idea of it is to highlight indie music, and unfortunately, a lot of those people outside of Lizzo don't get a huge audience. So you're taking away from the entire point of it.
Exactly.
which-
That's getting Omaha'd.
yeah,
You know? That is in the Urban Dictionary. Omaha'd.
yeah.
Everyone
No, they're-
shows up for the local band,
No, they're-
leaves for the fucking national act.
Yeah, they're bromahaing it.
Yeah, essentially.
Yeah, huge.
I don't want to hear Lizzo. I'd rather like dance to silent disco music by myself.
Why didn't you?
I mean-
because I would rather listen to
It's almost like
live
Friday night
music.
show.
I'll be honest. I was on the Ferris wheel when Lizzo was going on, and it was crazy up there. But
I could. The fucking crowd was into it. Okay.
yeah.
Say what you want about Lizzo, like she sold out. The fucking people
Nice
were
push.
into it. Okay. People were also into Modest Mouse.
absolutely, they were.
You know.
the
I
best.
think those were the only two sellouts
Eh,
they've had recently.
That's probably true.
Run the Jewels or Weezer did not sell out.
They did not. I also love Run the Jewels. I'm a huge LP fan. So Run the Jewel, and I like Killer Mike too. But
I love Killer Mike.
the Death Cab for Cutie show is still my favorite. Maha. I get it. I'm a
was a while ago.
I'm a
It
nerd.
did not
No, it
sell
was. It was
out.
after Modest Mouse.
One of my favorites is still
Was it?
when it was on the river, and they
Oh,
had
that was a long time ago.
Dash-
that's when the
Dashboard
headliner was
Dashboard
Spoon.
Confessional.
No,
No. Well,
The
maybe it was the
Faint
same
and
show.
Spoon.
The Faint. That was awesome.
The
The
Faint-
Faint
okay.
headlined a show.
If
It
you're
was like
listening,
the second Maha.
if you're listening and you haven't seen Faint live, you literally are missing out.
No,
That's
someone-
one of the best. That's one of the best live shows. Period.
Someone told me this though. The
From
Faint
Omaha.
should play every Maha,
I don't think so.
every other.
Maybe.
I think a local Omaha band, like a
Well,
big local
they-
Omaha
yeah.
band, should be up there every year.
I think
you
they
know?
should. They
You
should throw
you
closeness up there.
Bury the fucking Omaha bands at 3:00 when no one shows up. You know,
True.
give an Omaha
Well,
band a
think-
fucking 6
Well,
o'clock.
think about the scene.
headliner.
Our buddy Aaron Maxwell is in one of the best Omaha bands I've ever seen,
That's
and I'm biased.
Over. It's over.
It's over. I get it, but imagine if they weren't at noon on. They were the first show that ever went off. If they were out on like 6 or 8 p.m. and they got to play in front of all these people and get exposed, I do think you're right. You do have a little bit of attraction there. Like, play these bands that no one has ever seen. There's some really good bands
that a
in
pun?
Omaha.
Yeah. Well, no,
Well,
but
I'm not saying buttholes,
they do
but
that
I'm just
though.
saying like
they
See.
try to have like the Thursday night show. They did like the little thing in Little Bohemia this year.
Do you feel it's getting too long?
It is. It is.
well, they
I don't need a
combined.
Thursday night show.
I
I,
agree.
don't need a fucking. Don't need all that. Fucking do your 2 nights if you get 2 nights.
I don't even think they should do 2 nights. I'm of the
I
opinion.
agree.
I'm of the opinion that it's really difficult to find enough volunteers to do that. I'm also of the opinion that it just gets really tough to get people to do 2 nights of something in Omaha.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're not a big city, but there's a shit ton of things to do in the
No
city.
one does the 2 nights. They do one night or the other night. They're not going to do both of them.
But I'm not a big fan of Lizzo until I saw that concert, and now I actually
Agreed.
I listen to her music now.
Very, very great. I watched her NPR little Tiny Desk concert.
Yeah.
It was great.
It was kick ass, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I only know that one song from her, so
But
Why-
you know it.
I didn't go to Omaha.
Yeah.
So
And you like it?
What is it?
The
Why
one- I don't
guys
know.
gotta be great till they be great?
yeah, it's pretty catchy. I'm not gonna lie, it's
It
catchy.
is. It is. She knows her shit. She knows what she's doing, you know? She's twerk church.
Well, it's not only that. I think she's just speaking to little girls all around. I mean, at the end of the day.
And that's what they want. They want that.
Well, think about this.
enthusiasm, though. It's sold out.
There were
It's
more
all-
women at that concert than there were men.
All set. All you have to say is it's sold out.
Chase should have been there. He wouldn't have had to swipe left a lot.
I was gonna go,
Dude,
but
what if there
I
were
guess
so
it was
many
sold
fucking
out.
Women there. My God.
And I heard about the wristband shit. It sounded horrible.
Yeah, they were all holding up their STD wristbands.
STD.
Yeah.
What? Oh, I have STDs. Don't fuck
Exactly.
me. Is that
They're
what
all
they're doing?
waving. Yep, exactly.
I'm
Would have been
complete.
the perfect pickings for you.
Oh, you have a green wristband? Is that herpes? I got herpes.
Yeah.
No, mine's blue.
compatible.
Mine's blue. That means I have gonorrhea.
Oh, sweet.
I've
let's
also
go.
got gonorrhea.
Yeah. Oh, mine's blue, and then you switch it over to blue.
Cure that with a shot, right? I think.
I have the blue waffle. What's up?
Wow. I didn't need to see that.
We haven't seen that since 1996.
Yeah, if I was drunk enough, I'd be like, I've never seen a blue waffle. Let's go to my place. Check this stinky thing
I
out.
also have a blue waffle.
You don't put syrup on that and get away with it. That's
Put
all.
honey on it. You'll be fine.
Honeymoon.
That is a microbial.
That is a true honeymoon.
Are we talking
right there.
red onion, white onion, yellow onion? What are we doing here?
Green onion.
Green onions.
Oh, green
little-
onion.
Little sprouts.
That's a great bar, by the way. I miss
Been
it.
there.
Yeah, I miss the guy.
Cocktails.
I'm pretty sure a blue waffle grows its own kind of onions.
Smells like a field of onions in here.
Garlic.
I feel
popping
bad
out of
for that
the-
young lady that had to get her vagina taken a picture of, and now that's what a blue waffle is.
Oh, the girl that had the blue waffle. Yeah.
What is the blue waffle exactly?
I don't
Don't-
want to see it.
Don't make me Google it.
Pull it up,
guys.
will ya?
Come
Hey,
on.
if you're gonna do that, go to lemonparty.org.
I will
Why do you
not
know
do
this?
that.
I don't know what that is either. I
You cannot.
kind of want to know.
Why do both of you know this?
You guys, I'm already Googling blue waffle. I'm not Googling fucking
Gloogling.
lemon bar.
Bluegiling.
Oh, it's just. Oh! What the fuck?
Oh, it's just the blue waffle. Oh my god, I scrolled down.
Oh.
Dude, if you go to Blue Waffle, you have to go to Lemon Party.
Oh.
I'm not even looking.
Shit.
I'm not even looking. Derek's like, what's wrong with that?
But if I go to lemon party, you'll look.
That looks normal.
Some of these blue waffles look good, actually. Especially with the sausage in the middle.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Let's
click,
talk
click
about-
on that one.
Yeah, go to Lemon Party.
What does
Lemon
lemon party mean? I don't even know what it means. What does it mean?
Go to images. Don't go to that.
Yeah, the CIA will be
There
at
it
the door.
is.
What, this?
Nope.
Old people?
No. The three dudes like going at each
Yeah,
other.
the old people. Those are 11
love
parties,
you,
3
dog.
old dudes.
Yes, and they're peeing on each other.
Oh.
Oh, Jesus.
Does it have to be old men?
Apparently.
I'm
Oh.
done with this conversation.
Last call, guys.
I'm all
This
lemon
was not
partied out.
supposed to be the last call.
I don't know how you follow that up.
Derek, you have to have something to
For
talk
a
about.
strawberry
one more,
party or
One more
something?
topic. Don't make me pull up the doc again. Or this. Do we want to end on this?
So coming soon to Omaha, your trash receptacles will be changing.
After you get done Googling blue waffles and lemon party, we're going to talk about trash pickup.
and recycling.
Let's give our public service announcement out now.
Gross. Makes me kind of hungry.
By the way, do not Google either of those things. If you do,
If you do, it's your own fault. You need me to pull up your bullet points or what?
Oh, we're good, man. I mean, we can talk about Patrick Mahomes if you want.
No. Finish the goddamn story about the trash.
All right, pull them up again. I do know that I believe we'll be getting a single trash receptacle that will be good for general trash and recycling, I believe. And there was a bunch of companies that were bidding on this contract, so Omaha's
One of
changing-
them won it.
Yeah. The point is, though, that we're gonna have a whole new trash system. You'll get a whole.
Spain.
It was a Spanish company.
It says right there, FCC Environmental of Spain.
Okay, so we have a 10-year trash hauling contract with FCC and Environmental from Spain. It was awarded to them a few weeks ago here in Omaha, and basically you're going to be receiving 2 96-gallon trash carts, one for trash, one for yard waste, picked up weekly. The one that for general trash will also allow you to put your recyclables in there. So anything you want to throw away outside of yard waste will be supposedly collected, and then everything split apart into trash, general trash, and recycling. So hopefully it encourages more recycling because you just throw everything away.
I'm going to say this. I'm excited to have a whole trash can for recycling instead of just bins, right?
Yeah.
Welcome to
I would
Elkhorn.
agree. I hope they
We've
do
had that
the recycling part well, though. 'Cause a lot of times, if you read about even Omaha's recycling program now, almost everything that you supposedly throw away that's recyclable ends up going to the trash anyways.
Because it's not rinsed.
I don't know exactly why, but the fact that a company is saying that we'll let you mix it all and we'll split it apart themselves, I would think that if it requires rinsing, they'll do that for you. But hopefully it's not a sham, and you find it's a foreign company doing it. Who knows where the fuck it's going?
Exactly. They're just trying to get rid of their fucking recycling. They're like, yeah, take our recycling. I don't care if you recycle it. Just take it.
Yeah, but
Oh,
that's like most things.
I think this actually leads into an interesting story right
Prove
now.
it.
I think a
You
lot
won't
of
do it.
America's trash actually gets shipped over to China and other Asian countries. They literally import our trash.
That's weird.
And after all the trade war shit going on right now, China has said, we're not taking your trash anymore. We had a cargo ship filled with tons of trash go all the way to China, get told no, had to come all the way back around to America, and they had nowhere to put it. I think it's still out there floating around with a bunch of trash.
that sounds made up.
No, absolutely
The
true.
barge?
Basically, unless we figure out some shit,
They
and
probably
it
just sunk it.
has nothing to do with China either. We have a trash problem in America where we are running out of places to throw away
Nice
stuff.
timing.
And we used to ship it to countries or excess. So we can't even do that anymore. So unless
Get your
something-
fucking trash taken care of, people.
recycle. If you can
Yeah,
recycle, do it.
fucking
Listen,
recycle.
if you're taking care of your blue waffle, recycle.
Oh, I don't think you can take care of that.
Bee holes in recycling. That's the so TLDR,
Total Request Live.
Total Request Live. No, too long didn't read.
Carson Daly.
Carson Daly.
What happened to that guy?
He's still around, man.
Does he have his night show?
No, I think
still?
he's like on Voice America or whatever.
What the hell's that?
Or like
One of them
America's
singing
Got Talent,
shows,
something.
things, yeah.
The Voice America. I don't know.
Is it like
Carson
a public access
Carson
channel?
Daly still has a job for some fucking reason.
He
That's
was
all
cool.
that
He was
matters.
cool back in the day
No, he was not.
when I was younger.
No, he wasn't. No,
he was.
He
he
was.
was.
Was he ever cool?
Not to us,
On
but like,
TRL,
dude,
was he
girls
cool?
love that guy
Why?
because
Because he was cool and he was on MTV.
he introduced pop music, and people who hate on pop music are assholes. That's what I think.
I fucking love pop music.
Yeah,
man.
exactly.
I love to hate pop music.
Yeah, but you love it too.
I do.
Yeah.
I fucking do.
Dude, absolutely. Everyone does. That's why we listen to the Beach Boys. That's why we listen to fucking Taylor Swift sometimes.
Backstreet
Bop,
Boys.
bop.
Backstreet Boys.
That
are
is
cool.
pop. That is pop. Fucking
Mbop is pop.
Iggy Azalea to the Beatles. It's all
Yeah,
pop,
yeah.
man.
Dude,
It's all on the radio.
Absolutely.
Once you pop, it just can't stop.
It's true.
all right, what's your last topic, Lane?
Oh fuck! I need one.
Yeah. You're the fucking host.
Yeah, just
Shit,
because you're the
dude.
host, don't mean.
You guys, I don't host shit. I'm just a technical guy. My last topic is titty sweat. Are you for it or against it?
Love it.
Depends on where you're at.
I did date a girl back
Do
in
you
high
want
school.
to?
though.
Do you want to lick her titty sweat, or do you just want to
Actually-
like?
Are you still with
What
her
level
girl?
of titty sweat are we talking about?
I'm with the new girl.
Okay.
There
New
was a
girl.
girl back in high school I dated that wore the same fucking bra like 4
Every
days in a
day?
row. Volleyball
That's
practice.
bad titty sweat.
Volleyball practice, whatever.
And no titty deodorant.
Some titty residue is good.
Okay.
Listen.
If you go down on a
Titty
chick,
Titty residue.
Go,
if you
go on.
If
go
you go
on.
down on
go
a
on,
chick,
Go on.
you don't know if you're gonna experience like bad smell, whatever I can stand it smell, or like no smell at all. But when
We all know what he's talking about.
but when I'm sucking on her tits and it stinks like BO, that's bad.
If your tits smell, your pussy's
Yeah.
gonna smell.
If her
That's not always true. The correlation's not there.
No, you're right. You're right.
Do you have
but
scientific facts to back that up, Chase?
I'd like to see a scientific study on this.
whatever.
You have a field study for the week.
But
Report back
he's
next
probably
week.
not far off, is what he's
He
saying.
can get the data for you.
If your
okay?
tits smell, you're more likely to have a stinky ass,
Coochie.
vagina.
Jesus Christ.
Coochie. Use the
Coochie.
word. Use the scientific word.
Yeah.
Coochie.
Coochie. That's Kentucky for you.
She
Listen,
might have
He's
had the
from
blue
Texas.
waffle. She might have had the blue waffle. I don't know.
There's no way you had sex with a girl that had a blue waffle.
Yeah, I think that would
It
kill
was
her.
dark in the room.
Oh.
I didn't have sex with
You
her.
feel like sandpaper. I like it.
Are you talking about Ron?
Natural.
Titty sweat. Fuck. All right.
Hey, I
Was
think
that really what your last subject was?
I think yeah.
Okay, fine.
I didn't have one, so
That's a
that's
good one.
it.
That's a good one.
It's okay. You
Whoa,
guys-
whoa. Whose titties are sweating? What do you?
My
Why that?
titties are
Why,
sweating. Are you guys' titties aren't sweating?
Yes, I am.
my balls are
Trash
sucking.
Talk Omaha. All right, make America titty sweat again.
Honestly, James, I think this is the longest podcast. Podcast.
PodQuest.
Show squish.
PodQuest.
Schwonquesh.
Boobies.
You guys, I can't talk. This is the longest podcast we've ever done.
I think one more time around.
Let's-
Episode 41.
All right, let's fucking.
the blue
we gotta
waffle.
do some more
I'd
fucking
much-
photos. Is that the title of the podcast? Because that's what I
No.
want to do in the middle of the podcast.
No, the-
What's the title of this podcast?
Blue waffle. Destruction.
No, we've
Blue
talked
waffle.
about we've talked about more than that though.
Titty sweat.
White Claw, Nebraska.
Jethro Titus.
I like that.
We drink White Claws every time on this show. We had Trulies last
No,
week.
only when you're on, Derek, do we drink White Claws.
Speaking of White Claws, I would really like one.
I think.
You'd
we're
really
out.
white one?
Ow.
That whiskey is not good.
You guys, we just
The
drank
first time we drank it, you said it was
Jethro
great.
told Boots
Oh.
on the podcast.
Jethro
He
Titus.
seems like a nice guy.
Boots.
Jethro Titus boots.
Jethro T Boots.
If I go home drunk, my wife's gonna be.
I just said it on the fucking side of the bottle.
Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey.
Hey, all
What's it say?
bourbon is whiskey, but not
What's it
all
say?
whiskey is bourbon.
This is
Jethro
true.
T boots. And then on the side, Jethro Titus boots.
Don't
It's
you,
made-
don't you have to be in a certain time zone to be like
And that's made.
Scotch?
It's made in Indiana.
Indiana?
New York City.
Ain't no fucking whiskey being made in Indiana.
That's
I'm
not
just joshing.
Scotch.
It says Louisville, Kentucky.
Scotch.
I'm
is-
just
Thank
Jamesing
you for
you.
pronouncing it correctly.
I'm just James in you.
Scotch is made in Scotland. That's-
With peat
that's
moss.
bourbon.
Shut
By the way,
fuck up.
Scotch does suck. So my second last topic. If you drink Scotch, fuck off. Scotch literally tastes like a firecracker that went off.
On
in
my
your mouth.
honeymoon, I did buy some scotch in Bath, England. And one of the bottles, Lane's had some, was the last amount of a certain batch they have in the entire world. I still have some.
Why does Lane look
Tastes
like
like
Omaha
shit.
Jesus just then? Dun 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 dun. Well, I don't hardly know her,
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
but I think I can show her.
I think I love her.
Swipe left on Chase's Tinder.
Please do.
That's the end
Over
of the
and over.
podcast.
I don't
Thank
want
you, boys,
that.
for letting me come on.
Hey,
Honestly.
James, thanks for coming on. I've fucking been wanting to have you on since we started this podcast. Since I heard you were a listener, I was like, we gotta get that fucking guy on here.
Hopefully, I didn't embarrass myself.
You're gonna come back, right?
Oh, I'll be back.
Okay. That's all I want to hear. Episode 41, you'll be back for episode 82.
69 for sure.
You've called it. It's yours.
There's
You
gonna
can
be-
have it.
What about January?
I'm down with that. No, it'd probably be about
February.
A lot of blue waffle talk on
March
that.
or something. Nothing but.
It's gonna hurt. It's
The
gonna stink, but it's gonna
69
be
Blue
good.
Waffle 420 podcast. It's
Probably
happening.
gonna be worth it though.
James and James, thanks again for joining us. Chase,
Hey,
fuck you.
fuck you, Cherney.
Fuck
Blue
the
waffles. All the way.
Adios. Let me grab the
Peace.
right mouse.
Bye bye.
Butthole.